This is a special presentation of Alamogordo Tiger Sports on Southern New Mexico Sports Leader, ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome to Lovington, New Mexico, here in the eastern part of the states, and ready for pregame as your Tigers face off against the Lovington Wildcats. Both teams on the warming up, since it is the blue turf, one of the few field turf around the state of New Mexico that is actually color. I think there's a red and black one. I think we got one other one that's not green. Let's put it that way. But it's still going to be a football field, same as normal. But this is going to be a tough matchup for the Alamogordo Tigers. They face off against the 3-1 Lovington Wildcats. Tigers are 1-1 on the season and trying to bounce back from a tough, hard-fought loss to Santa Teresa last week. So we'll see if the Tigers can find that, get that momentum back that they had from the week. I guess it would be week 3 technically, win over Ruidoso, the first game of the year for the Tigers. And this would be a huge win for Alamogordo if they can come on the road and win here in Lovington. Lovington, I'm sure, has got to be excited about where this program is headed. They're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in Class 4A. They beat Hobbs last week, first time I think in about a decade since the last time that they were state champions, which they three-peated back in 09, 10, and 11. It's been a little lean for Lovington on the football side, which is unusual for them. You walk in here, and right on the back of the stadium, they've got all their state championship years on the back of it, which I think they're at 14 or 15, something like that. But this is a community that's used to seeing winning football teams, and I'm sure it'll mean a lot to see this group fighting it out in late November and December for a state championship. But it certainly will mean a lot for them to beat Alamogordo as well and push them to 4-1 in the season if they can do it. The Tigers, again, can get back to a winning record at 2-1. And, these are the games that you look at early in their season. If they can get some wins here against Lovington, Deming next week, Chaparral in 2 weeks, before heading into that ridiculously tough stretch with Los Lunas and the 2 Roswell schools in Artesia, it'll mean a heck of a lot for the Tigers. So we'll see if Alamo can make it happen tonight. They're in their white road jerseys with those black helmets and the gold Tiger logos on the side that really show up in the sunshine. Weather looks pretty good. There's definitely some thunderstorm-looking clouds around us, but so far it's been fine. There's a pretty strong breeze coming in from the south and the southwest. We're facing out to the east here in the press box, and the wind's coming in from the end zone to our right, which is the south, and then, of course, the end zone to the north is where the teams will be coming in from as well. Fans starting to file in. It is nothing but a sea of blue on this side. I do see some black and gold over on the far end on the visitor side, so we're looking forward to seeing some Tiger fans making their way here. I see Alamogordo Public Schools Athletic Director Dr. Walker talking to some fans over there at the moment, and, of course, the Tigers training staff is here, and our athletic training staff is here, and we're close to kickoff. So let's go ahead and take our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Sisko. If you missed out on his interview this week, we're going to play it in its pretty much entirety. I think I edited it a little bit. So we'll have that for you guys. And plenty more coming up throughout pregame. Tigers and Wildcats kicking off in less than 30 on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Stay with us.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion Sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Welcome back to Lovington. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Kickoff is about 20 minutes away. We'll hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco here in just a second. Again, a thank you to all of our Tiger sponsors that are bringing you Tiger football on the road this evening. Desert Sun Auto Group, Otero Federal Credit Union, Vision Ford Lincoln, the Winner's Circle, Tularosa Basin Telephone Company, and First National Bank. And our Tiger Athlete of the Week we'll hear from during halftime. Song So of Lady Tiger Country is brought to you by the Winner's Circle and Vision Ford Lincoln. And, of course, ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. All right, Coach Cisco talked with us yesterday and chatted a little bit about the Santa Teresa loss and tonight's matchup against Lovington. Certainly talked a lot about Casey Perez, Lovington's fantastic quarterback. Tigers saw him last year, so they at least have an idea. But it's all going to come down to how they execute in tonight's matchup.
First road game of the year. Let's look back at a hard-fought game on Friday night. I would get the feeling that you guys probably feel like maybe you let that out of your hold, that you guys execute better, you guys can win that football.
Yeah, we didn't play very well at all, and especially offensively. And then defensively, we don't feel like we play very well defensively, giving up some blown coverages again on some easy stuff that we shouldn't have blown, and didn't get a stop late when we needed it. And our defensive guys took that personally. But we chewed on our offensive guys a lot. We had 7 drives that got inside the 40-yard line, and we came away with 7 points. And we just found and created ways to kill drives or stall out and miss blocks at the most inopportune times. I mean, that last drive of the game, on that last run play, we missed block a 2 technique. And we block in, we score, we're going into overtime. So we found ways. It was a growing thing for our kids. Our kids have never been in a game like that. They've been in a close game last year with Ruidoso, that was the track meet. Yeah. So this one was a field position game. You got to extend some drives, kick the ball away, play good defense, and figure it out. So it was a learning thing for us, but we were not pleased at all. It was Saturday was a rough morning for our kids and our coaches, watching that film and seeing all the opportunities we let slip away. And credit Santa T, Coach Vieira, and I told you, defense was really good. And they got 2 really good linebackers at 22. He's the best one we might see all year. And credit to those kids. They made plays when they had to, and they do a good job. But we were definitely disappointed in our performance and how we let things get away from us.
More than anything, their tackling in some cases, saved some touchdowns. I thought, Sean probably 4 or 5 times maybe had the chance to break one, and one of their safeties or somebody comes up and makes a good leg tackle and
and
7, 8, 9 yard gain or something.
And we're close. We were close to breaking a lot of plays there. and getting loose. That's credit to their kids and playing well and tackling well and doing the fundamental things right. And we didn't do a poor job of it on Friday. We just didn't do it as good as we expect we should at the standard that we set. But we had so many opportunities to slip away from us. And it kills you when you go back and watch the film, looking back at it, all the opportunities. It's a growing thing for our kids of learning that they got to win football games like that. It's not going to be a blowout. You're going to have to learn how to win close games.
The passing game was the one that, I don't know what on certain plays happened, but it seemed like a lot of times it was straight runs into the quarterback. They had their linemen had straight runs to the quarterback, whether it was the play call or somebody missed a block, or what were you seeing after?
Yeah, that's on us, and that I'll take a lot of brunt of that. Our linemen didn't do a good job of picking up some stunts that we'd worked on and showed them, and we made some poor decisions throwing the football and not being on time. Even at the end, we're actually on time, but we missed picking up the stunt, and we got a kid wide open in the flat of the end zone, and we don't get a chance to get it off. And those are things that we just got to find a way to not kill us at those end opportunities. We'll be great for 3, 4, 5 plays, and then it's now 1st and 10, and we take a sack, and now it's 2nd and 20 just because we didn't pick up a stunt.
Yeah, and you're at the defense. I'm sure there are things that you wanted to see get better, but they certainly kept you guys in that game. It was that kind of back and forth ball possession or field possession kind of game. And they made some big plays when they needed to.
They did, and we talked to our defensive guys about it, and Coach Vilsetti and the defensive staff when they were watching film on Saturday. So the lack of energy, we didn't play with a whole lot of energy defensively, and for that the entire game, nobody did. And that's something that we spent a lot of time talking about this week, is how do we get amped up and play with energy, because you can just kind of see it in some plays where we kind of look lethargic, kind of just in no man's land, like, okay, here we go. And so as coaching staff, and that falls directly on me and our staff, is we got to find a way to get our kids to be able to perform in those situations and get amped up.
Well, defensively, they're definitely going to have their work cut out for them this week. This is a team that has scored a ton of points this year in Lovington. The offense is going to spread you out, and they have an exceptionally dynamic quarterback on that team.
They do. They're going to. I don't know if they have a tight end in their program. They won't get it. They won't get a tight end. They're going to have 2x2, 3x1, empty sets the entire time, being shotgun. Will never go under center. And their quarterback Casey Perez is a gunslinger, and he's good. He's a phenomenal athlete, very elusive, hard to tackle, hard to get a hold of, and he does a great job of extending plays and letting his guys kind of turn into scramble drill and get open, which we've had to work a lot on this week of implementing a scramble drill of making our guys cover for 10 seconds.
Yeah, and I think it's also when you spread it out, you think a team that's going to pass the ball, but they run the ball just as much, and certainly the quarterback runs it as well. And I'm sure that's not all just scrambling; it's design runs.
Yeah, they design a lot of run plays for him to get him loose because he is their best athlete on the field, and rightfully so. That's what we would do if we had a kid like him calling the shots. So they do a good job in that regard. They still have good skill athletes all over the place. Up front, they're absolutely huge. They got some monsters, and they're anchored by a center that's been a 3-year starter named Lucas Tyrene, who's a big kid who runs the show, and he's a phenomenal offensive lineman. But then their bread and butter is get you spread out and then make plays happen.
Yeah. Offensively for you guys, certainly if you could, you'd probably like to make it where you guys could have more possession, just run the football. Do you feel like that's something you guys can do this week, or maybe you can?
Yeah, we got to do a better job not killing drives by us, and that's not no disrespect to Santa team. We just found ways to screw some things up and put us in some long yardage situations. We got to do a better job of capitalizing and extending drives and making them manageable 2nd and 3rd downs and not putting us behind the chains early. We feel like I take our offensive line and put them up against anybody in state, and we're going to have a chance to be able to success and run the football. But we just got to be able to do it every play nonstop. And if we do that, we can control the clock, slow it down, play at our tempo, and let those guys stay on the sideline.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can keep their offense off the field, that would be a good thing. And I'm sure a big part of it as well is Ryan being maybe a little bit more comfortable in the pocket and be able to get some passes out the way that you guys are looking.
Yeah, he's a young kid. That was his only 2nd start last week, yeah. And he's never even been on the field in a varsity game until this year. So he's still growing. He's just a junior. He's a tremendous athlete and dual sport athlete and can throw a football. But he's still growing, and he's got to go through progressions and reads the right way. And that's one of those things we didn't harp on him a whole lot. We talked about getting him better and how is he going to improve. And as a coach, we feel like he's improved from where he started in August to where he is now. We just got to continue to improve on Friday night in those situations, and we got to do a better job around him of making plays when we're open and blocking up front.
And, also first road trip of the year for you guys. I mean, it's been a weird season where that you haven't had to make a road trip for a month.
It's gonna be a long last 5 weeks of the year, I promise.
Yeah, you guys will be on the road a lot, that's for sure. But, is that, I mean, as a coach, is that something you see that sometimes affects teams that, when they finally have to go on the road, it can be
challenging? I've been around teams, and every team's different of how it affects it. And when we traveled for our scrimmage, we've talked to our kids a lot about this is the year we're going to start turning the corner and carry ourselves like a true football program and travel like a winning football program. So when we travel, it's dead silent on a bus. Our kids are on a mission. Our kids know how to travel well, so I don't think it's necessarily going to impact us in that regard. We've got to learn to grow like that and travel like a team that's on a mission to go win a football game, get on the bus, it's still quiet, come back home and get ready for the next week. And those are things that we talk to our kids a lot about carrying ourselves, not like a team that's not going to win games, but a team that's expected to win games, and having a little bit of swagger in how we travel and how we dress and do those things. And we're excited to travel. I mean, we hate leaving Tiger Stadium in this great community, but it's fun to get on the road and go and see some different places. And our kids have never been to Lovington. They've never seen the Smurf turf.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool for them. But nonetheless, at 7 o'clock, there's still a football game played. And that's what we told our kids yesterday in our team meeting, that no matter what happens, at 7 o'clock, it's still a football game. There'll be lights on in the room, people in the stands screaming.
Yeah. And they've also got to be a little bit hyped up. They got to win over Hobbs for the first time in a while last week. So that's
a big win for them in a long time. And Hobbs is down this year. They graduated a bunch of kids, but that's a 4A school being a 6A school. That's a big deal for that program and Coach Gonzalez and his staff to put that notch in their belt. And that's a credit to the team they got. They're very talented and very well coached, and they're gonna be a problem for a whole lot of people. You go back to the first game of the year when they played Roswell High. They put up, I think, 56 points or 53.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they gave up 70-something, but,
yeah.
I mean, they're hard to stop, and they get going. That was a true track meet. I think it was 2-play score, kickoff, 2-play score. That's just the kind of program they got, with great community support, great kids that buy into the program, great facilities, phenomenal facilities. Not a fan of the blue turf yet, but not sure I like that color. But it's a special place. It's gonna be fun for our kids to go to that. We also get to go to the Bulldog Bowl later, which is another storied place, and it's cool to kind of see those storied stadiums and those programs with storied history, and know that's what we're trying to get to here in Alamogordo.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house, and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesdays. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow and no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Alamogordo 103.7. Hello and welcome back to Lovington. Thanks to Coach A.J. Cisco, as always, for joining us for a weekly interview to chat about what's going on with Tiger football and hopefully get you guys a little bit ready for tonight's matchup. The Tigers and the Wildcats have both gone back to the locker room. They got a smoke machine for the Wildcats entrance over here. They, of course, got a tunnel for them to run through, and it doesn't look like anybody's coming back out on the field. We still got about 10 minutes to kick off. I noticed Brett Money working on some kicks up until about a couple minutes ago, so he was continuing to practice for the Tigers. Speaking of the Tigers, and we haven't run through stats a whole lot this year. Sean Hayes has run for 337 yards through 2 games this year, and where are the touchdowns? 3 touchdowns so far on the season. Dakota LaSalle has another one. On the receiving side, it's Emilio Minez leading the way with 40 yards receiving. Tigers haven't got the pass game going as much as they've, I'm sure, would want to. Julio Mendoza's got 6 catches on the year for 39, so just really hasn't gotten the. But it's only been 2 games. See if the Tigers can get that working a little bit stronger as the season rolls along. And I'm curious if they've got the defensive stats here online for us. They do. It seemed like they had that previously. I take that back. Maybe it is a good number on there. J.P. Madden with 6 tackles. Okay, there we go. It's Max Merrill's got 23 on the season. Reese Cady has 20 so far in the year. Shane Sargent has 8, and 4 of those I think are tackles for. Actually, 5 of those are tackles for loss so far in the season. So he's had a pretty good year. Sacks. Shane Sargent's got a couple. Mark Prather and 1 as well. And, of course, the big interception in that Ruidoso game for Adrian Herrera. He had a spectacular return in that one. Meanwhile, let's talk about the team the Tigers are facing tonight in Lovington. And I mentioned Casey Perez, and so did Coach Cisco. We were chatting with him in the pregame. And he's going to be a guy the Tigers are going to have to count for at all times when they're on defense. I remember last year he just made some plays that you shook your head, and you almost want to be, I don't want to say upset with the defense, but feel like, oh man, they should have gotten him there. But he just makes some great plays and extends plays and makes it difficult for the defense, especially the defensive backs and linebackers if they're back in coverage. Their ability to be able to stick with one of the receivers for a long period of time. That's going to be a big challenge tonight for the Tigers. So we'll see how they handle that and how they handle the challenge of going up against Casey Perez. It's definitely going to be tough. He's got 913 yards passing, 10 touchdowns on the year, just 1 interception. He's also got 440 yards rushing and another 12 rushing touchdowns. The other main ball carrier for this team is going to be Brian Tapia. He's got 3 touchdowns on the season. And we may see a couple other guys. They really spread out the ball among the receivers. There's not really one key player the Tigers are going to have to defend. So, they're going to spread you out in 4 wide receivers. Any one of those 4 could hurt you if you're the Tigers. So, we'll see what the Tigers are able to do in terms of slowing down that offense, which has put up a ton of points so far this season. They've got a number of guys that have led the teams in tackles. And here's something for Lovington as well. They've played 4 games already this year. The Tigers have played half of that. So, any type of maybe early season jitters you would anticipate are probably out of the system for Lovington. For the Tigers, I mean, that might be a little bit of a different story for them. So, definitely the Tigers will be trying to work things and get things the way they want it to at this point in the year. But you're obviously getting to the point where we're played 2 games. You only want that to be as settled down as you possibly can as you head into the meat season. But I think for Alamo, their defense has played well this year, giving up 6 points in one game, 14 in another. This is their toughest test of the year. This is the best offense I think that they've faced this season. So we'll see where that Tiger defense is at. Alamo's offense, can they control the tempo a little bit? Can they run the ball the way that they did against Ruidoso? I'm very curious to see. Coach Cisco talked about their line on the offensive side being big. We'll see what the defensive line I'm sure they've got a lot of the same kids playing on that defensive line as well. So it'll be another curious thing to watch as this game progresses. All right, looks like Lovington coaches, Tiger coaches that are coming out. So Tigers getting ready to take the field. We're going to fit in one more commercial break and come back with tonight's kickoff. We will be under the lights at some point here. They haven't turned on the lights yet here at the stadium. I don't know if maybe they're waiting for the teams to come out on the field before they throw on the lights. Maybe a tradition I'm unaware of. This is my first football game here, so we'll take that break and come right back. Tiger football kickoff, Wildcats and Tigers coming up for you next.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speeds, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
Which gotta go.
you can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DessertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesday. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back to Lovington. The national anthem just finished up by the Lovington band, and we are about ready to kickoff. Again, blue turf, white end zones with Wildcats on one side, Lovington on the other, written in blue in that end zone. The rest of the field is green field turf, and a black track surrounds everything here at Lovington High School. We are looking to the east, getting a little bit of color from the sunset back to our west, and the field runs from north to south. Lovington's going to kick off. They'll kick off from the north to the south. That's right to left on your radio dial. Tigers are in their road white jerseys, black numerals, gold outlining, black helmets, and the gold Tiger logo on the side. Lovington in all blue with white numerals, white helmets, and I don't know if it's Lovington or Cats their helmets. It is Cats. So the Tigers will start out on offense and could use a good drive and hopefully a touchdown to start things off with this potent Lovington offense waiting in the wings to take the field. I would also be ready for Lovington to maybe try something on the kickoff here. I just have a feeling about that. We'll see, though. And they will kick it, a little pooch kick to about the 20, and Cisco will hand it off. It's Mendoza, and Mendoza runs parallel to the 21-yard line and is brought down. Good coverage from the Wildcats. They were not fooled by the starburst play there by the Tigers, and Alamogordo will take over own 21. It's actually kind of a nice contrast, I will say, the blue in terms of seeing things on the field. I'm sure there's some traditionalists out there that don't like it. I think it's fun, so. Not that my opinion means one thing or the other. All right, Tigers coming onto the field now. And we'll line up with two wide receivers to the near side, Minez and Mendoza. And I'll put everybody else now on line except the lead back. Lead back is LaSalle. Shotgun is Viescas, and Hayes will move to his right. 3 down linemen. And the Tigers looking to throw. Going deep down the field, and that one's going to be overthrown by about 5 yards. Looking for Mendoza. He was covered pretty well, but if that ball's under just a little bit, I think he might actually have Julio there, but it's an incompletion to start the game. Tigers try to maybe catch Lovington looking for the run play on that opening play of the game, but unfortunately for Alamogordo, it does not work out that way. Tigers will send Minez to the top side, Mendoza to the bottom, lead back to the left with Viescas in the pistol. And now running back moves to the right. They're crowding the line of scrimmage. They will hand it off to Hayes. Hayes trying to pick his way through some traffic, but there is nothing there. No gain as he works to his left. And the Tigers face a 3rd and long right off the bat. And some change of personnel, so maybe spreading things out on 3rd and long. Lovington, 3 down linemen, actually just 2 here, 2 more crowding the line. It's 4 wide receivers now for the Tigers, showing to bring 5. And Viescas is going to try and run this one. He'll get positive yardage, but it's not going to be nearly enough for a first down. Just sort of ran off left tackle and got to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up 4 on the carry, and the Tigers will be forced to punt right off the bat. So not what the Tigers are looking for, as Lovington and their offense and the points that they put up this year, Tigers might have needed to go point for point with him, but we'll see. We'll see if the Tigers' defense is ready for the task and can slow down what Lovington does offensively. Money back to punt, standing at his own 10. Puts this one high in the air, really good hang time, and then at last a fair catch call. This one's going to actually, they're going to let it go, and it's going to roll. Boy, they could have probably let that keep rolling. They stop at the 21, but an excellent punt there for Brett Money. Gets a little bit of help on the rollout. That's going to be 54 yards on the punt. Back to the 21. So it switches field position around. That's a positive for the Tigers here, that Lovington has to start back at its own 21-yard line. But the Wildcats will take the field. We expect the spread. They do both things. They don't just pass the ball out of it. They run the ball effectively out of it as well. So they will go 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Running back is to the left of Casey Perez, the quarterback. and wide splits for those offensive linemen. Tigers only rushed 3. There was some pretty decent penetration, but now they're going to toss it long, and it's complete. That's a case where there was no pass rush there, and Perez just stood around, and eventually number 3, Adam Aguilera, got open behind one of the Tiger defenders. Actually had to wait on the ball. He's tackled at the 39 of the Tigers, and so a big gainer on first down. 40 yards on the first down completion, and Lovington into Tiger territory. They go 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side again. And Perez will hand it off, and the Tigers are in the backfield quickly. Good penetration. Looked like Jack Mira was probably the first man in there, and brings down Caleb Franco. So good penetration on the run play. And it'll be second down and about 14. Trips to the top side, one to the bottom, ball's on the near hash. And right now it'll be run straight ahead and brought down. Good tackle by Max Merrill, as that was just a quarterback draw straight up the middle by Perez. No gain on the play, and the Wildcats are in 3rd and long. The Tigers gave up a big play on first down, and so far have really tightened up. Let's see if they can get off the field here on 3rd and 14. Back to pass is Perez. Now going deep up the far sideline. A man is wide open, caught for a touchdown. Looked like one of the Tigers must have fallen down on the play, or someone expected a safety to be in coverage, or that just looked like a flat-out blown coverage by the Tigers. 43-yard touchdown. That's as easy as it gets. Aiden Garcia with the touchdown reception for Lovington. And Alamogordo finds themselves behind 6-0. That was I don't know who was supposed to be defending there, but Perez is the holder on the extra point. Here is Aguilera. Kick is up, and it is good. Tigers trail 7-0 on a 43-yard touchdown pass, a 40-yard throw on the first big play of the game, and on 3rd and long, the Wildcats get it in the end zone. It's 7-0, Lovington leading Alamogordo. We'll be right back.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo. Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Lovington kicks off, another little pooch kick back to about the 10, and the Tigers do run the starburst, but I'm not sure there was ever actually a handoff there, as brought down on the play is Napu Mendiola. I was watching Julio Mendoza because that's who I thought had the football, and if he would have had it, he would have been streaking up the near sideline, so I'm not sure he would have been that much in the clear if he had the football, so fooled me. Tigers will start at their own 17-yard line. And you heard Coach Sisko in our pregame interview talk about having to avoid the blown coverages against Lovington today, and that was, simple as that, just a guy wide open up the far sideline. Good throw by Perez on the play, though. Hand off to Hayes. Hayes his way through traffic, nothing there. As number 71 for Lovington is in on the tackle. That is Carlos De La Rosa. And the Tigers will gain nothing on first down. Tigers got to be a bit quicker in the backfield. Lovington's keying on what the Tigers are doing with their run game, and Alamo's not picking up those blockers, or either that or they're just getting a little overloaded. Ball's closer to the near hash, on the near hash. And Brandon Bedgood's the only wide receiver out to the far side. Now they bring Mendoza to the near side. Lead back to the left. Hayes now shifts to the right. And now we've got a timeout, and Coach Cisco needs to talk it over with his team. 8:17 to go first quarter, and the first timeout call of the game. Tigers trailing Lovington 7-0. We'll be right back.
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
Back, the Tigers trailing 7-0. 8:17 to go first quarter. It's a second down and 10 from their own 17. Second drive of the night for Alamogordo. One wide receiver to the near, one to the top. Lead back to the right now. And they'll switch Hayes to the left of Viescas. 5 pushing in. Now Viescas going to throw, and he completes a nice one-handed grab by Tyler Ellswick, but he's not going to get much more at the 20. Somehow he's able to reach out there and snatch that out of the air. It's a 3-yard gain on a crossing pattern. He was coming off of the tight end position to make the grab for the Tigers. 2nd and 7 now for or I should say 3rd and 7 for Alamogordo. Ball at their own 20-yard line. Cisco and Mendoza to the near side. Bedgood and I believe Minez to the top in the pistol. And now the running back to his left is Viescas. Back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Throw, and boy, there's a penalty flag. There was a ton of contact by Tayton Hilliard on the Tigers' intended receiver. That was Minez at about the 30-yard line. There are penalty flags in the play. So I think got to be pass interference, and it is. Initially, I think the Lovington crowd was upset with it. I think after a second thought, they were like, all right, yeah, it was probably pass interference. So I think spot foul up to the 31, or if we go 15 yards. It's going to be a first down for the Tigers. So that's the most important thing for Alamogordo. It is 15 yards and a first down for Alamogordo. So the Tigers get help of a penalty. The ball will go to the 35-yard line, and the big thing is a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 7:36 to go. Trips near side, 2 to the top. Tigers going 5 wide. Haven't seen much of this from Alamogordo this year. They're adjusting the positions of the wide receivers. And now Vies, quick throw, and he's got Mendoza. Mendoza up the middle, 50. Mendoza trying to turn on the Jets, just gets tripped up at the 40. He was starting to pull away, and a nice ankle tackle by Julian Fuentes, who came in there and pulled him down. But a big gain on 1st and 10 down to the Lovington 35-yard line. The Tigers will pick up 30 on first down. Bass was a little bit behind Julio, but he was able to reach back and keep his stride. And it was right down the middle of the field. He caught it at about the logo. And now a 1st and 10 from the Lovington 35. 2 wide receivers this time. Hand off to Hayes. Hayes gets a hole on the left side to the 30. He may go to the 20 up the sideline, trying to get some help with the blocker. Still going, and he used his blocker into the end zone for a touchdown. Tigers answer right 35 yards on the touchdown run from Sean Hayes. Now, he got a hole between tackle and guard on the left side of the line, and once he got into the secondary, I think that was Bedgood, he basically put his right hand on his back and sort of used him as a shield, trying to keep the Lovington defenders away from him, and it worked perfectly. He got all the way up the sideline for the touchdown, and the Tigers have a chance to tie it up here with 7:09 to go in the first quarter. Money lined up. Cisco the holder. Good snap. Kick is up. And it's good. So the Tigers answer back with exactly what they need after that long touchdown throw from Perez. And it is even at 7. 7:09 to go first quarter. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Welcome back to Lovington. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. The Tigers have tied it up at 7. Sean Hayes with a long run after a long Julio Mendoza catch and run. And Money will kick this one deep and all the way back to the 2-yard line. So the Tigers will have to defend here and straight up the middle and up to the 30-yard line. A couple of Tigers in on the tackle on number 3, Adam Aguilera. Looked like the Tigers' number 36, John Hughes, was the first one on the contact. And the Tigers' defense back in the fields. On the 2 run plays, look great. On the 2 pass plays, not as much. So they can balance that out a little bit. Trips make that 4 wide receivers to the top side, 1 to the bottom. So Perez in the backfield by himself. 3 down linemen for the Tigers. Perez looking to throw. Perez still in the pocket. Perez trying to break contain. Perez looking to sneak out of some trouble. Still running around out there. Tigers still going after him and finally throws it. And that one's going to be incomplete up the near sideline. Perez was back at about the 16-yard line before he finally had to get rid of it. So good coverage by the secondary. Tigers dropped 8 into coverage and were able to keep a hold on those guys. And more importantly, they were able to keep contain of Perez. He wasn't able to do anything. And Tigers sort of used the sideline as an extra defender to block him in there. So an incompletion on 1st and 10. Ball is at Lovington's 24-yard line. This time they go trips to the top, 1 to the bottom. Ball's on the near hash. Tigers again sticking with 3 down linemen. And faking the handoff, quick throw, a little bubble screen, and they've got some blockers ahead. Still with the football and finally brought down just shy of the 1st down. As it was number 28, Alejandro. No, maybe not. That was a Robert, apparently. And now I'm looking for that young man's name. Anyway, an 8-yard gain on 2nd down, and it's 3rd down and 2. Tigers going to jump off sides. Like the nose tackle for the Tigers jumped off, and a 5-yard penalty will give Lovington a 1st down. So instead of just having Perez stand in the pocket and try to throw the football, which they had done on the first 3 pass plays, that last one that they gained some solid yardage on, they were able to just use the bubble screen on the outside. A little slip screen play. And here's a little bit of trouble in the backfield, and the handoff. Did the Tigers get a fumble? No. Thought for a second they had jarred it loose from the running back, number 27, Caleb Franco. But, again, that running game has not looked very good. Throughout these first couple of drives, Franco's lost 4 and lost 2 on his 2 running plays tonight. Wildcats will go 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side, running back to the left of Perez. 2nd and 12. He's back to pass. Tigers send in a blitz. There's a little bit of pressure, and he's going to have to roll out to his left. Perez trying to direct traffic. Perez still looking. He'll chuck it deep down the Tigers have players there, and incomplete. My goodness, very nearly making a spectacular grab was Isaac Hinson, number 8. He had 2 Tigers in front of him. The ball was thrown high enough where he was the only one who had a chance to get it. And nearly pulled in one of those Odell Beckham-style one-handed grabs. 3rd and 12 for the for the Wildcats. They need to get to the 47-yard line for a first down. Ball is at the 35, so third and long. Key play for the Tigers, see if they can get off the field. Trips topside, one to the bottom. Running back is to the left of Perez. Tigers again showing blitz. Got one, brought in another. Perez down the middle of the field, complete. Oh no, it's dropped. They had a crossing pattern, and I'll tell you what, Aguilera had some running room. I think if he catches that, he probably runs for the first down. So the Tigers get a little bit of a break there as Aguilera probably was trying to run before he caught it. And it'll be fourth down. The Tigers force a punt. So excellent stuff here from the Tigers after giving up the long touchdown pass. They go right down the field and score, and they get the Lovington offense off the field. Lovington with some motion and penalty flag on the far side. I don't think the Tigers came off sides there. I think they might have. I think Cisco came across the line. I wonder if this might change things here for Lovington. Does move the ball to the 40. It's still a fourth and long, 4th and 8, 4th and 7. Now they're still lined up in a punt, but the Tigers got to be ready. Already. Oh, and then Lovington false started. And we're just going to give up 5 yards back and forth here. One of their gunners, he was a little too amped up and ready to go on the play. But this was a night that you wondered if the Tigers were going to be able to slow down this Lovington offense, and at least it's one drive, but it's hopefully a confidence builder for the Tiger defense. Let's see if we actually see a punt here. All right, line drive that Mendoza will. Well, he tried to field it, but he's going to have to let that roll all the way back inside the 15 to the 11. And that was just a case he couldn't grab it on the hop in the concern of giving up the fumble or the muff. So I think if you're Alamogordo at this point in the game, 7-7, 5:07 to go in the first, you're okay with a little bit of carefulness from the Tiger returner. So Almo's offense back in the field. A very good drive last time around. A long pass play from Viescas to Mendoza, and then a long run play from Sean Hayes. Got some help on some penalty yardage on a third down as well. Tigers going to spread it out here, 4 wide. Running back to the right, and Viescas back to pass. And, boy, it's a screen play. They're battling for the football. It was tipped on the pass. But, again, the Tigers have trouble with those screen plays, at least from what I've seen, in that Ryan has no time to try to get rid of the football. And I don't know if those guys need to be chipped to the line, or Ryan needs to be backing up further. I don't know how much further, if you're the Tigers, you wanted to back up. He was right at about the goal line when he threw that pass. So it was dangerous, though. 2nd and 10. Back to a 4-wide look. Lovington, 2 down linemen, and then 2 guys on the defensive end spot standing up. Viescas going to throw, and right down the middle he completes it, and a lot of room to run at the 30. It is, I believe, Minez. Check that. It's number 10 for the Tigers. That is Brandon Luck. I'm going to go Luke. I know I've gotten that wrong. Let's go Luke. I'm going back and forth on that one, but a big gainer on first down all the way to the 38, and just a simple little skinny post getting behind the Lovington defense, and we've seen that a couple of times. Just take that slot wide receiver and turn him towards the middle of the field. 27 yards on the completion. 1st and 10 here from the Tigers from their own 38. Viescas hands it off, and Hayes straight to the middle. Hayes, a big burst. He makes it there and missed the 50. Hayes at the far sideline, 40. Hayes still hustling across the 30-yard line, and the Tigers will have a first down deep in Lovington territory. All the way to the 27-yard line. 35-yard gain, another big gainer for Sean Hayes. Two wide receivers to the near side, lead back to the right for the Tigers. Now Hayes will shift to the right of Viescas. They fake the handoff. Viescas, deep bomb up the far side, and he throws it right to a Lovington player. He hit it in the end zone. Now, it was thrown too far, and the Lovington player was the closest to it. Alejandro Hernandez. Well, it was a promising drive for the Tigers. Fortunately, ends on an interception. It'll be 1st and 10. Kind of similar to that first play of the game where Viescas threw it up the near sideline and overthrew everybody. That Mendoza was the closest to it at that time, but there was really good coverage on Bedgood and the other Tiger wide receiver in the area. So not what Alamogordo wanted, and Lovington's going to get some momentum back here. 4:20 to go first quarter. Tied at 7. Perez back to pass, and he's going to run straight up ahead. Merrill and is going to try to bring him down, but finally, couldn't bring him down to 30, and he's up the far sideline. Tigers still chasing him. Perez trying to break some more tackles. He is finally down deep in Tiger territory. He'll take it all the way to the 32-yard line. That looked like quarterback draw. He let the defenders come in a little bit. There was a lane straight up the middle. And he's going to pick up 48 on a first down run. There where you see the incredible speed of that young man. And the first real good run play for them tonight. Tigers have been able to stop the running game for Lovington in the opening 2 drives. Tigers send a blitz as Perez is back to pass, rolls to his left, looking, directing traffic, and he will complete it. And, boy, it looked like the Lovington player was down, but the official was right there, said he didn't have his knee down. He's going to gain a few more yards. In fact, he's going to pick up a first down to the 20. It'll be down to the 19. It'll be a 13-yard gain as he gets to Hinson, his first catch of the game. And, boy, the Tigers had the momentum. They had got a big first down on a long Sean Hayes run, then through the interception, and 2 plays later, the ball's at the 19 of the Tigers. Perez just going to run straight up the middle. And there's a holding penalty, absolutely, on the Lovington player. He tackled Shane Sargent as he was trying to tackle Casey Perez. So that'll be at least a 10-yard penalty. Not sure where they're spotting it from. But it was a design run play there for Perez. And, yes, back to the 19. First and 20 now for Lovington. Ball at the Tigers' 29. 3:38 remaining here in the first quarter. They go empty set here. 4 wide receivers the top side, 1 to the bottom. Perez back to pass, and he'll throw it to the 1 wide receiver at the near side. Hinson is there, and just unable to reel it in. Boy, he had a great chance of getting it. That was an excellent throw from Perez. Laid it right in to his receiver, and it was good coverage from the Tigers. They had a man going with them step for step up the near sideline. And you anticipate, boy, you put all 4 wide receivers on the far side, you expect him maybe to the majority of the players are, but now they wanted the one-on-one to the near side and nearly picked up the touchdown. Same look this time, ball in the near hash, and Hinson here on the near side. I wonder if they're going to try that again. 4 wide receivers at the top, Perez backing out. Perez going to throw, and too high. He was looking for number 6, Julian Fuentes, on the play, but Fuentes needed about 10 more feet in the air to be able to grab that one. And it'll be 3rd and 20 now for Lovington. Ball at the Tiger 29. So they had the momentum, and this drive stalling out a little bit. They're going to go trips the top side, 1 to the bottom. Running back to the right of Perez. Tigers with 3 down linemen. And Tigers going to send 5 on the blitz. Get some pressure on Perez. He rolls to his left. Perez trying to work up the near sideline. Perez to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown. Well, they sent all the wide receivers basically to about the goal line. You almost wonder if that was the intention. And the Tigers are unable to keep contain on Perez. He bounces to the outside and basically had a clear run to the end zone from 29 yards out. And Lovington retakes the lead 13-7. Yeah, almost seemed like they had set that up to give him that opportunity. Tigers also sent a blitz though, so you had 6 guys defending the 4 receivers and the running back, and maybe a 2-point try here. Tigers going to run up the middle, and is he going to get it? Yes, he did. So Perez runs in the two-pointer, and it's 15-7. Lovington over Alamogordo. 3:13 to go. First quarter of play. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Julio Mendoza takes the short kick off one bounce at about the 20 and tries to run it from the far side of the field to the near, but he's going to be brought down at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Tiger offense will start things on a 1st and 10. Almo's offense has looked pretty good tonight. Killer interception on that last drive. But if they can bounce back, and Sean Hayes has had 2 big runs, and Viescas has had 2 pretty big pass plays as well. The Tigers have been able to move it. It just got to avoid the mistakes. 2 receivers at the time. The lead back to the left of the line. So it's 6 on the line for the Tigers. And Viescas will throw. And a quick toss to the far side of the bubble screen. And Minez makes the catch. He does some dancing in the backfield, and he's going to work his way for at least a couple of yards here on the completion. 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. So 2:40 to go, and the Tigers trailing 15-7. Still looking over the sideline for the play here. Clock down to 15. 1 wide receiver to each side for Alamo. Lead back off to the left, Trevor Yelton. And Hayes will shift to the right of Viescas here. Handoff goes to Hayes. Hayes picking his way through some traffic at about the 30-32. Penalty flag comes in the mass of people. And we'll see what the call will be. I would anticipate holding. And it will be a hold on the Tigers. That was even the umpire who threw that. But not the kind of penalty the Tigers want to take, as it'll back them up all the way to the 18-yard line. 2:16 here in the quarter, and it'll be 2nd down and 18 for Alamogordo. They need the 36 for a 1st down. Tigers will spread it out now. Trips to the near side. And 7 on the line. And a timeout called by Lovington. That was a Wildcat formation, because Julio Mendoza was the quarterback on that play. I don't know if we haven't seen that yet this year, so that's a wrinkle maybe that Coach Sisko brought in specifically for this game. 2:04 to go. The clock is stopped. Tigers trailing 15-7. And we'll be right back.
Slow internet again? signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
Tigers will line up in the same formation here. Mendoza is the quarterback here, so Wildcat look trips to the near side. Going big on the line. You got to expect Mendoza, a little bit of a high snap. Mendoza rolling to his right, looking to throw, and just overthrows Aaron Cisco. He had him open at the 35 and was unable to find his man. Not an easy throw, trying to do it on the run. And so the Tigers will face 3rd and long. But I like the play call. And if that throws on the mark, it may not be quite a first down, but it's going to be pretty darn close. And the Tigers now face a 3rd and long. They'll bring Viescas in at quarterback, shift Mendoza back out to wide receiver. 4 wide, Hayes in the backfield. And Hayes will shift to the left. And back to pass, not much of a pass rush. And boy, somehow that got through a couple of defenders. Mendoza, I don't know how he actually got a hand on the football, but I think it was tipped near the line of scrimmage, or it got a hand on somebody. Otherwise, it probably should have been pass interference, but the Tigers will be forced to punt. A minute 53 to go, and the holding penalty is what really hurts the Tigers on that drive. And maybe a little bit of a missed throw on the Wildcat play. Snap is good, and boy, nearly blocked. Not sure if the Lovington player didn't get a little hand on it, but it rolls out from the 45 is where it lands and is going to stop at the 48. So one of the Lovington players got in there quick. Do we have a penalty flag? One of the officials is walking back towards the white hat like there was an issue there. Now, I'm a little confused. Okay, so the white hat. Okay, he's the one who threw it. Maybe he's picking it up. Maybe there was some contact with Brett Money. I didn't see anything, but waiting for the official call from the referee here. And they still haven't made a decision yet. So ball right now is at the Alamogordo 48. A 30-yard punt for Brett. And they're still talking it over right now. Let's wait and see what the decision is. Running into the kicker is the so not enough of a variety, a 15-yard variety to get the Tigers a first down. And actually, I don't know if that would have gotten them a first down anyway. You don't have automatic first downs on really got anything in high school football, as a matter of fact. Maybe some of the unsportsmanlike penalties or a personal foul. So I take that back. If it had been roughing the kicker, it probably would have been a first down. All right, so 1st and 10 for Lovington now, and on their own side of the field, Perez dips one to his receiver across the middle, and he makes one man miss, makes another, and finally brought down near the first down marker at the 44-yard line. It'll be about a 10-yard gain, make it 9. And the completion goes to Fuentes. Now, I talked about it. There's 5 different receivers that have caught a pass in this game. And that was a first down. So 1st down and 10 for Lovington. Ball at the Tiger 44, ball in the near hash. Perez will throw. Tigers send 5. Trying to push the pressure in the face. Perez, he rolls out to his right and has got a ton of room. Decides to throw it, and he completes it. We got a penalty flag back near the line of scrimmage as the receiver's down at the 20. Now let's wait and see if maybe this is a hold, and it is. So bring that one back. So that'll be the 4th penalty of the quarter on Lovington. Tigers have 3 of them. Actually, that's 5 now with the running into the kicker call. 1 here in the quarter. If you're just joining us, Tigers are trailing 15-7 to Lovington. So the ball back to the 46-yard line on the Lovington side of the field. They need the 34 for a first down on the Alamogordo end. 1st and 20 coming up. Both teams have picked up a couple of holding penalties in this game. Two wide receivers at the top, two at the bottom. And the snap for Perez. Tigers rush 3. Make that 4. Throw to the near sideline, and that is going to be complete. Hinson on a curl route to the near sideline, catches it at the 43. They get all the penalty yardage back +1, so 11 yards on the catch. Second catch of the night for Hinson. 2nd and 9 for Lovington. And they'll go 4 wide receivers. Running back to the right of Perez. And Perez, jet sweep. Pushes it ahead and up the far sideline. We got a penalty flag. And Brandon Luke makes the tackle over there on the far side, but let's see what the penalty flag is, whether it's on the Tigers or the Wildcats. Jet sweep, by the way, to Julian Fuentes. Or Julian, perhaps. And it's another holding penalty on Lovington. So back to the 49 on the Lovington side of the field. 2nd and long, 2nd and 17. Clock sitting at 30 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Yes, we're still in the first quarter, by the way. This game has the clock hasn't moved very fast. We've had a lot of big plays. Perez back to pass, coming to the near side. Nice. Oh, Hinson's going to drop that. Incomplete pass. Hinson made a nice catch behind him, but just couldn't quite gather it in as he tried to run with it. Incomplete, and a 3rd and long. And another big third of the Tigers try to get off the field. They've done so once, but 2 other times. One ended up in a long pass play for a touchdown. The other ended up in a long run play for a touchdown. So this is becoming the key moments for Alamogordo's defense, is to get off the field when they've got Lovington pushed back in the 3rd and long. But boy, the way this offense is, and as dynamic as Perez is, he's just so difficult to stop. Tigers looking at blitz here, maybe trying to hurry things up. And they send only 4. Perez able to get away from the one defender. He's going to get away from another. Still running around in the backfield. Tigers after him. Here's the throw. It's incomplete. I don't see any penalty flags, and good defense by the Tigers. The pressure, I'm not sure who the man was that came on the blitz. It wasn't one of the defensive linemen. It was Prather that came in, or it was one of the, definitely a smaller, not one of the big defensive linemen for the Tigers. I think it was number 19 for Alamo, that Austin LaSalle, that created the pressure that sort of broke that play down a bit. 4th down. Got to watch for the fake punt, too. Bring a man in motion from left to right. And Tigers trying to get in there. It's a quick punt. And it will bounce inside the 10 and die. Boy, what a great punt from Adam Aguilera. Pins the Tigers back at the 7. Good punting in this game on both sides. They don't put the punter way back. It's not, about a 10-yard snap like it usually is from the line of scrimmage. It's more like 5. He looks like he's more in the shotgun or a deep shotgun. And it allows the Tigers to get in there pretty quickly. They've gotten close to blocking it both times, but both times he's been able to get it off and get a pretty good punt out of it. But the Tigers all the way back at their own 6-yard line for this next drive start. Just 5 seconds left in the first, so probably will be the last play of the quarter. 2 wide receivers lead back to the left, and Hayes shifts to the right of Viescas. Viescas going to hand it off. Hayes bouncing it to the outside. Nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. 3-yard loss on the run, and that is going to end the first quarter of play. It's Lovington 15, Alamogordo 7. You're listening to Tiger Football on ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back. The Tigers are trailing 15-7. They've switched sides. Wind is with them now. Boy, the wind is kicked up significantly out of the south. Tigers going right to left, south to north. Handoff, and I don't think it's going to be a safety. The Tiger player did get past the line of scrimmage on forward progress. That was Hayes. But Lovington really teeing off on the Tigers' rushing offense, and that's a 2-yard loss, so back to the 1. Tigers would like to at least to get a little bit of room here. Yeah, we do have some thunderstorms that are in the area. I think this one's probably closer to Hobbs than it is here to Alamogordo, or I should say to Lovington, not Alamogordo. But we're getting some wind off of that. All right, Vieska's going to hand it off, and Hayes makes a nice little jump cut, gets good yardage to about the 9-yard line, and gives Brett Money a little bit more room to get off his punt. He's going to have some wind to help him out on the play. 8 yards on the run there for Sean Hayes. And the Tigers unable to do anything after getting the stop. So not quite at the back of the end zone is Money. It's a good snap and a good kick, and he's going to get some help with the wind here, but coming up and catching it at the 50 to the 35-40. And, did the ball come loose? I think the Tigers, did they land on it? No, it was a great play by number 40, Jonathan Audette. He knocked the ball loose from the returner, number 22. Javier Corrales, but he couldn't land on the football. One of the other Lovington players in the area who was blocking Audette, unfortunately, came down with it. So good field position here for Lovington. They've got the ball at the Tiger 42. It was a good punt from Brett. That was a 41-yard punt in the air. The net will give him 33. 2 wide receivers to the far, 2 to the near. And Perez will hand it off, and first pretty good run play for Lovington. They're going to get some positive yardage as they hand it off to number 27, Caleb Franco. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. The wind started picking up, and the luck that Alamogordo teams across the spectrum have had with weather this year, I'm a little concerned, but I think we're going to be okay. Famous last words. 2 to the near, 2 to the far here for Lovington. Ball between the hashes. Tigers get some good pressure right up the middle, but Perez escapes 2 or 3 arm tackles, and did the ball come out? It did. The near line judge is going to mark the ball back, I think, where the fumble was. I don't know if you can gain yardage on a fumble. It's going to be a 1st down. They're going to get it to the 31. It's a 9-yard gain. Tigers had pressure right away on Perez. They'll mark it down to 30, actually. So he picks up 10. Unfortunately, we're unable to bring him down, and we're just about an arm's reach away from him. That's not going to be not going to be enough for you to bring that guy down. He finds space when it really doesn't appear there is any. Ball right between the hashes. Perez, long time, kept it in the gut of his running back and somehow able to escape one Tiger tackler and spins away before he's brought down at the 26-yard line. He's going to pick up 4 yards on the run. And the Tigers are getting the backfield quickly, and that option play really took a while to develop for the Tigers, or I should say for the Wildcats. And somehow he got positive yardage out of that. That seemed like that was going to be one that was going to be dropped for a 4 or 5 yard loss. 5 wide receiver to the top, 3 to the bottom. Perez back there by himself, a little pump fake, then a quick throw, and wide open. The Tigers absolutely lost Adam Aguilera, and it's as easy as it gets. 26-yard touchdown pass, and the Wildcats have extended it out to a 2-score lead. They're up 21-7. Tigers came in on, I guess, the play action. I think that they were expecting a quick throw. That little shoulder move by Perez, and the Tigers moved towards the line of scrimmage, and the receiver Aguilera just kept running behind the Tiger defense. And it ends up being a touchdown. We'll see if they go extra point. I would go 2-point conversion with that win, but now they're actually going to kick this one. Weird. All right, kick is up, and it looks to be good. It is. 22-7, 8:46 to go in the second quarter of play, and the Tigers trail the Lovington Wildcats. We'll come right back.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house, and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DessertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of 1 or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesday. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7, 8:46 to go second quarter. Lovington pushes their lead out to the biggest of the game. They're up 15 now. It's 22-7. And I play all about the quarterback, Casey Perez. Just a little shoulder turn. Pump fake forced the Tiger defense to collapse towards the line of scrimmage. And the slot wide receiver, Aguilera, just ran right to the end zone. The ball is going to come off the stand here for the kickoff at the 40. And I'm going to bet they're probably going to need somebody to hold this, but we'll wait and see if on the second try. I think they're going to bring in a holder here. Enrique Gonzalez looks like he wants to try to hold it. Yeah, they're not going to try and stick this. And the man who just scored the touchdown is going to kick it away. He also just kicked the extra point. Tigers really need a score here. Try and get some momentum back. This dies in the wind. Short, and it's grabbed by Mendoza at the 30. Mendoza trying to bounce at the outside. Makes one man miss. 35 at the far sideline. 40, 45, 50. And he'll be dragged down, but really nice moves from Julio Mendoza. And that's what he's been looking for, trying to turn the corner all night long. Up to this point, Lovington has had good coverage and kept him corralled. But this time he does get it to the outside, and Tigers will have starting field position on the Lovington side of the field. Ball at the Lovington 47. First and 10 for the Tigers. See if they can get their run game going again. Sean Hayes broke some big runs in this game. We'll get back to that. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Hayes will move to the right of Viescas. Viescas, handoff, and Hayes right up the middle. Hayes bursts in and trying to get some positive yardage. He does. Gets 2 to the 45-yard line. Nothing fancy there. Clock rolling with 8:21 to go in the second quarter. Tigers trailing 22-7. If you're just tuning in, Two wide receivers now to the top side for Alamo. Lead back is off to the right, and Ellswick is the tight end to the left. Hayes is to the right of Viescas. And handoff goes to Hayes. Hayes straight up the middle again. And again, gets about 3 yards on the carry, gets it to the 42. And the Tigers will have 3rd down and 5. I think the playbook's pretty wide open here for the Tigers. The Tigers don't necessarily have to go to the air on 3rd and 5. On this part of the field, I think whatever happens, unless it's a huge loss or a penalty, I think you go for it on down if you don't get it. Tigers going 4 wide receivers this time, running back to the left of Viescas. Lovington showing blitz. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Cisco as the play clock was running down. So the clock stops with 7:19 to go in the second quarter. The Tigers will talk it over. They'll have a 3rd and 5 at the Lovington 42-yard line when we come back listening to ESPN Alamogordo.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Lovington, you're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Alamogordo trailing the Wildcats 22-7, 7:19 remaining here in the second quarter. Tigers have a 3rd and 5 for Lovington 42 after a long kickoff return from Julio Mendoza. Tigers also got some help with the strong wind that the Wildcats were kicking into. 4 wide receivers, same look before the timeout. Wildcats showing blitz. Viescas back to throw. He's got time, and boy, a lot of contact. It looked like Cisco's not going to be able to grab it, and the DB had his arms over the top. Peyton Hilliard had his arms kind of around him and reaching around him to knock it away. I guess if they feel like he didn't make any contact with the player to not let him catch it and got the ball first. But you see that as a PI a lot. 5 wide, Tigers are going for it, what we expected, 4th and 5. Wildcats with 3 in line. They're going to send a blitz. Viescas throws down the middle, and this time Tigers are going to get a penalty flag. This time Hilliard. Cisco may have helped his own cause there a little bit by showing off the contact that was going on, but I believe the Tigers are going to have a 1st down here. And so a pass interference. 2 different officials throw the flag on that. I know the Lovington bench was not especially happy with that call, but I thought they got lucky to not get called in the last one. Certainly seemed like there was enough contact. And the Tigers are going to get a 1st down and 10 at the Lovington 28. Tigers have to get a score on this drive here. Down by 15, 7-0 in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers on the near side, lead back to the left. Hayes will shift off to the right of Viescas. They give it to Hayes, but nowhere to go. 3 Lovington players in the backfield and a 1-yard loss. They try to go up the middle. Looked like number 53 was in there for the tackle. And maybe not 53. Lovington roster. The numbers, I guess, are a little bit harder to read than I realized. How about 55? Justin Hazel? Sure. All right. Tigers with 2 wide receivers, the top side on a 2nd down and 11. Lead back to the left. 6 on the line for the Tigers, and they'll shift Hayes to the left. Viescas going to roll his right to look to throw. He's got men after him. Tosses down the field, completes it. Mendoza spin move with the 5 into the end zone for the touchdown. Julio Mendoza gets his first touchdown of the season and made an excellent move. It was a great throw on the run by Viescas, and then Mendoza caught it at the 5, faked the spin to the sideline, and then turned back towards the middle of the field, got away from the defender. Some really nice moves from Julio Mendoza, and the Tigers get the touchdown. And they're an extra point away from making this a one-score game. 22-13 the score. Good job by Cisco to bring snap. Kick is up, and it's good. 22-14, 6:22 to go on a 28-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Viescas to Julio Mendoza. Made some nice moves towards the goal line to get it in. Tigers trail by 8. We'll be right back.
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speed, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back. Tigers are trailing 22-14. Brett Money sent it through the back of the end zone with the help of the wind. Tigers are 3 down linemen. Perez back to pass. 1st and 10 from the 20. Standing in the pocket. Williams after him. Still after him. Back towards the goal line. Williams, he gets away from it in the end zone. Throws it away. Boy, that might be grounding. He was still in the box, wasn't he? He threw it away. Nobody was near there wasn't a player near him, I guess because he got it back to the line of scrimmage, but, I don't know. I guess they'll say he was out of the tackle box, but he really wasn't outside. I guess he probably had broken the tackle box at some point on that play, and I think that's all that matters. He did get it back to the line of scrimmage. That was close. But, boy, very nearly a safety there for the Tigers. It ends up just being an incomplete pass. Good persistence by the Tigers defensively. Perez fakes the handoff to his back, keeps it himself. He'll run forward straight ahead for about a 3-yard gain. Looked like Max Merrill, maybe Reese Cady as well. Or check that Dakota LaSalle in there on the stop for the Tigers. I'll tell you what, the Tigers have basically done 3 down linemen the whole night. It's been Jarman Williams, Shane Sargent, J.P. Madden, Jack Mira. They've switched it up a fair amount, but the Tigers have gotten pressure. They send a late blitz in, and Perez able to sneak away from that defender. Perez still bouncing around in the pocket. Perez is finally going to get dropped, and the Tigers, I believe, actually got the sack that time. And there were 2 or 3 guys in there. Madden, Merrill, Cady, I think Mira was in on the mix as well. And it'll force Lovington to punt. And, boy, a big spot there for the Tigers as they are able to force a 3-and-out after getting the touchdown. Force a 3-and-out after getting the touchdown. Ball is going to bounce near Mendoza. He's able to reel it in and is going backwards here. Now he's going to reverse his field. Mendoza still losing field position. Surprised the Tigers didn't get called for a block in the back. Mendoza racing up the far sideline. Mendoza still running with it to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Just tripped up. I'm looking around for a penalty flag. Yeah, there is one at the 45, so it is coming back. I thought I saw one at the sideline. So the Tigers very nearly got a punt return all the way inside the 10, but I think this is going to come back. They're talking it over right now, but yeah, the Tiger offense is going back. I think Alamo on the initial got away with a block in the back, right in front of the one of the officials, but I guess didn't get away with another infraction back at the 45. So we'll see holding, block in the back. What are they going to call? Personal foul. So they're calling 2 personal fouls on the Tigers, and I think they called ejection on one of the Tigers. So maybe a helmet-to-helmet hit by one of the Alamogordo players. I don't know who that was that's going to be out for the rest of the game for Alamogordo. And I'll watch and see who may be heading to the locker room here early. And it was a massive humanity, so I don't know who did what there, but I'll let y'all know. Here's a handoff to Hayes. Hayes going straight up the middle. No, that's not Sean. That's LaSalle. But Dakota's going to get some good yardage here on first down all the way to the 48. The drive starts on the Alamogordo 40, by the way. I should mention that after all that running and Mendoza taking it down inside the 10. I'm still trying to figure out. It looked like the official made the ejection motion, and so I don't know what number that was for the Tigers. And if it's one of the Tiger defenders that's played well this game, that's one you have to watch out for. LaSalle moves to the right of Viescas. He gets the ball here. LaSalle fighting hard, and I think he lost the football. Dakota been holding that ball out pretty far from his body, and he's going to lose it over to Lovington. He was working hard for the yardage, but you could see it exposed there as he was kind of pumping his arms. And just exactly what the Tigers did not want here with 3:46 to go in the second quarter. Fumble's never good, but, boy, you had some momentum after forcing a 3 and out. Now your defense has to go back out on the field. I don't see any numbers that I usually see defensively missing, so, again, I haven't seen one of the Tiger players head towards the locker room yet, so maybe there wasn't an ejection. Perez on a quarterback draw, and there's nowhere to go. He's going to be slammed to the ground. And I think that was Dakota LaSalle probably letting out a little frustration from the fumble as he threw Perez to the ground, 1 yard loss. But that's how you want somebody to, you make a mistake, you go right back out there and you try to make a play, and on first down, Dakota does there. 3:15 remaining. 2 wide receivers to the near, 2 to the top, 3 to the top. And quick throw to the near side. Everything was deflected to the line, but it finds its way to the receiver for about a 5-yard gain. Aiden Garcia makes the catch. That ball fluttered in the air, so it seems like one of the Tigers got a hand on it. That's third down, and this is a spot as well for Lovington, like we were talking about with the Tigers on the last drive, is you think they might go for it on fourth down if they don't get it, depending, unless it's a big loss here. 4 wide receivers. Perez back to pass, a little bit of pressure, and Perez is going to get dropped. A big sack. It is Dakota LaSalle. How about that? Dakota makes two big sacks after giving it the football on offense. Well, that's some character right there from that young man to break through and come away with the sack. And the ball back to the 47 on the Lovington side of the field, and it looks like they will punt it away with 2:08 to go here in the quarter. A reminder, Lovington will have the ball to begin the second half. And they'll send a man in motion. This is their normal punt motion here. And this is going to bounce and take another good Lovington roll at the 30. Tell you what, their punter knows how to get the forward motion on the ball, the good spin to where it's going to roll out for some good yardage. And it's out of bounds at the 23. 1:49 to go. Tigers timeouts left. I feel like they've thrown the ball pretty well in this game. this might be try your 2-minute drill here. See if you can work it down the field. Don't want to do anything crazy. Certainly you don't want another turnover, but I feel like Alamo's got to feel pretty good about where they're at in this game. They've turned the ball over twice, and they're down by 8. And the defense has come up with some big stops against this Lovington offense. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Nothing but wide space out to the far end. And we've got a false start penalty on the Tigers. So take it back 5 yards. I wonder if that'll change the decision-making here for the Tigers. Maybe depends on what they get on first down. But your 1st and 15, you can throw a lot of time off the clock. Lovington has just 1 timeout. I don't hate the idea of being conservative here to not let Lovington's offense get another chance before the half. Hayes shifts to the right of Viescas. Hard count. I'm trying to get that 5 yards back. Still 10 on the play clock. Lead back to the left. 2 wide receivers to the left of the quarterback. Handoff. Hayes trying to bounce to the outside. Makes a nice cut move inside, but tripped up as he tried to jump over defender. And Sean a little slow to get up. Looks like he's okay. He picks up 4 on the carry. And gets back most of the penalty yards. It'll be 11. Did keep it inbounds as well, so the clock rolls. And we'll get to about a minute to go by the time of the snap. Tigers going to spread it out here, 4 wide. And I think they brought Hayes out of the game. I think that's LaSalle back in at tailback for the Tigers. He shifts to the right of Viesca. Snap was a little off. Quick throw, and off the fingertips of LaSalle. And that'll stop the clock with 1:05 to go. 3rd and 11 for the Tigers. I think they had something there. They were just trying to quick little wheel route out of the backfield from the running back. And Viescas had time to throw it, but just got it too far in front of the running back. He was trying to lead him so he could get a good jump start at running it. 5 wide here for the Tigers. And a bad snap again, and Viescas going to throw deep up the middle of the field, and that's got to be a penalty, right? Wasn't he holding on to his jersey? Oh, my goodness. Aaron Sisko has his jersey off his shoulder pad, and somehow that wasn't a hold or a pass interference. Wow. And Coach Sisko is yelling at that back judge. I agree. I mean, that's about as clear as day. I mean, his jersey is off his shoulder pad. There was the DB was holding on to him. I don't know what else you need there, man. Oh, well. You're going to get a few of those games. Another not good snap, but Money does a good job of fielding it on a couple of bounces, and it's to the 35, a line drive kick to the 50, and finally brought down at about the 48. Penalty flag comes in late. Well, the official threw it and ends up all the way back at the 35-yard line. And we'll wait and see what this is. I would assume it's going to be something on the Wildcats. It's a hold on Lovington. Okay. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Tigers, Jarman Williams in the backfield, and he's going to bring down Casey Perez inside of the 10-yard line. With 43 seconds left, Tigers have been getting closer and closer to bringing Perez down. There is a penalty flag, but it's got to be a hold on, unless Williams caught some of the face mask of the quarterback. That's the only thing I can think of that it would be against the Tigers, so let's wait and see. Yeah, it's a face mask penalty. Boy, that's just unfortunate because I'm going to tell you right now, Jarman did a great job of getting into the backfield. Just, I think, when he tried to reach across and grab. So it only takes the ball up to about where the line of scrimmage was originally because he sacked him inside the 10-yard line. Perez steps up in the pocket, rolls to his right, and he's got some running room. We've got a penalty flag. One of the Lovington players is laying on top of one of the Tiger players, and I think that one back, that's going to be a hold. Jarman Williams has been a force, and he's fired up out there. And the Tigers will, I think, get the penalty call, or do we have another penalty flag? The officials are talking things over. And mark it, I think, from where the penalty flag is. It should be. If it's a hold, it should be from where the foul is on the hold. And maybe half the distance to the goal. And there's some discussion with the head coach. The White Hats coming all the way over to try and talk to the coach here. There's 29 seconds left here in the quarter. And it was a quick discussion, so we're about ready to go here. It's 5 wide receivers. It's first and forever. Well, they're marking it off even further. Okay, back to the 10. Okay. 4 wide receivers in the near, 1 to the far. Perez, back to pass, quick throw, and it's complete. And brought down at the 20-yard line. Clock rolls. Doesn't appear to be any rush to call a timeout here for Lovington as Hinson makes the grab. It's an 11-yard gain. Lovington's going to hurry up to the line here. 8 seconds left. Perez snaps it. Perez looking, rolling to his right. Still looking. And he will throw an incomplete pass. And that will be the last play of the quarter. I think overall, if you're a Tiger fan, if you're the Tigers, you're with where you're at. You're not happy with it, but more importantly, you're within a score. You've had 2 turnovers in the first half, and you've got a definite chance to win this football game. And your defense has come up with some big plays to stop the Lovington offense. Very encouraging stuff. You know, we'd wondered when the Tigers would face a potent offense like this, how the defense would look. I'll tell you what, I've been pretty impressed. And, unfortunately, they've had a couple of blown coverages that have hurt them tonight, but otherwise, very, very good. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half. We'll take a commercial break and come back. Your halftime score is Lovington 22, Alamogordo 14, and we'll be right.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back to Lovington High School, the Lovington Marching Band performing. Dude, Lovington and Hobbs, I am blown away by the size of their bands. I don't know if that's a big here in southeastern New Mexico, but I just, the Hobbs band, my goodness. But Lovington, I'll go with at least a goodness, that much. As for the football, Lovington leads 22-14. Let's recap the scoring for you guys through the first half of play. If you are just tuning in with us and have missed the game, where have you been? Glad to have you in wherever you are, though. Casey Perez, a 43-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Garcia with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, got the scoring underway, 7-0. That was one of those blown coverages. The Tigers, that was a 3rd and long play, and the Alamo defense just lost Garcia shooting up the far sideline, and Perez made a nice throw there. The Tigers gave the ball back on a punt, but then came up with a stop defense, got the ball back, and then Sean Hayes went down the field. Actually, take that back. That was the ensuing drive. The Tigers went down the field. Sean Hayes, a 35-yard touchdown run. There was a long pass from Viescas to Mendoza in that drive as well. So 7:09 to go in the first quarter. Our game was tied up at 7. Still in the first quarter, Casey Perez, a 29-yard touchdown run. That was another long, 3rd and long play, and I am convinced that play was drawn up that way. The Tigers sent 5 on the blitz, so all the receivers are out, and they're all about like the 5-yard line to the goal line, and Perez leaks out of the backfield and just races up the near sideline. I think they basically cleared out the middle of the field to give him an opportunity to run with the football. Tigers didn't have anybody spying on him in that spot, so ended up a long touchdown run. They also ran in the 2-point conversion to make it 15-7. That was your score at the end of the first quarter, and then the Wildcats would score first in the second quarter. Perez, a 26-yard touchdown pass to Adam Aguilera. That was with 8:46 remaining, and that was another coverage where the Tigers, lost the man. Perez, give Perez credit. He made a little shoulder move, and the Tigers bit on it. And Aguilera kept racing towards the end zone, and he just floated it over the top of the Tiger defense and got it into the end zone for the touchdown. But the Tigers were able to answer back with 6:22 to go in the second quarter. Made it 22-14. Ryan Viescas, a wonderful on-the-run throw to Julio Mendoza. Julio catches it inside the 10-yard line, shakes off one defender, and then makes a nice little spin away from the other and gets into the end zone. Really athletic stuff from Julio Mendoza. Would expect nothing less from him. And so that's where we're at here at halftime. 22-14, Lovington leads. Wildcats will have the ball to begin the second half of play. So it'll it'll be up to the Tiger defense to come up with a stop, and they've done that tonight. They've had some stops this evening, and my concern was it's going to be one of those games that it was going to be up and down the field, and if you didn't score, you were going to end up behind. But both defenses have come up with some stops. The Tigers have probably hurt themselves more than anything else. An interception on a drive where the Tigers looks like they're going towards the end zone, and an overthrow, and then a fumble with the Tigers just after forcing a 3-and-out. Lovington fumbled it at midfield. Now that one didn't hurt them. Lovington, I think, went 3-and-out on that, but again, the momentum there for the Tigers, and of course Lovington was able to punt it deep, and the Tigers really couldn't do much from inside their own 10. So, again, 2 turnovers, and you're down by 8. Your defense has come up with some stops. Perez has made some great plays, but the Tiger defense, I feel like, has made some great plays. And just to list off, some of the guys that I feel like have, really stepped up defensively for the Tigers, Jarman Williams, J.P. Madden has had a good game tonight. Max Merrill, of course. I mean, he's usually all over the field. Dakota Lissette, give a big shout-out to him. He fumbles the ball, comes right back out on defense, stops Perez on one run play, and sacks him on another play later in the drive, and stops it. So he makes 2 plays and doesn't let that be a momentum-changing situation there for the football game. So kudos to him. That's really stepping up and making a play when you really need to. And been a few other guys in that defensive line that have come up with some stops tonight that I've called. But I tell you what, a lot of different players for the Tigers defense have made some plays tonight. Just realizing it's Lovington's homecoming. That's always a little bit of a always feels like a little bit of an insult when you're picked as a homecoming team. But I don't know. You look at Lovington's schedule. They weren't going to do it in the first game of the year against Chaparral. I'm not sure there's really an easy game on their schedule. And I'm not sure you're allowed to do them in non-district. Or in district, I should say. I don't think that's true, actually, now that I think about that. Because you look at teams that are playing like that Cruces district, the majority of their season is district, so I can't imagine everybody's doing their homecoming that early. Anyway, that's always been a thing. You feel like you pick homecoming, you try to pick an opponent you feel like you're going to beat on homecoming night. So when you're the visiting opponent, you always take that as maybe a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. If it can get you fired up, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. We'll get you some stats coming up next. We'll hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week, Song So of Lady Tiger Cross Country. They have the weekend off. We'll mention before we go to break what we got for Tiger Sports tomorrow. Alamogordo girls soccer at home against Oñate. That's a noon start time. Alamogordo boys soccer is at Oñate. That's an 11 o'clock start time. And Alamogordo volleyball hosting Centennial, varsity starting at noon. We've got the Mountaintop Tournament going on up in Cloudcroft. Both Cloudcroft and Mescalero volleyball taking part in that. Thule volleyball is at Capitan on Saturday. And I think that's all we got for high school. And, of course, we've got Ruidoso Tularosa going on tonight. I'll see if I can find a score before halftime ends. I'll let you know what's going on in that game. Cloudcroft is at Hagerman tonight, and Mescalero Apache takes on the Ruidoso JV tomorrow. Okay, we're going to take our commercial break, come right back, we'll get some halftime stats and more. It's Lovington 22, Alamogordo 14. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house, and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DessertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hot sun as the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesday. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. the Winner's Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo. Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service, it's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
Welcome back to Lovington. It's the Tigers trailing Lovington 22-14. Homecoming festivities going on here at Lovington High School. The Tigers stats in the first half: 90 yards passing for Ryan Viescas. He's got 4 yards rushing, a touchdown and an interception for him. 4 yards rushing and a touchdown for Shore Shees, and 10 yards rushing for Dakota LaSalle. Julio Mendoza with 2 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown. A catch for 27 yards for Brandon Luke. And I think that would be Braden Luke. No, Brandon, I was right the first time. 3 yards receiving for Tyler Ellswick and 2 for Emilio Minez through the first half of play. And again, defensively, should mention Brett Money. 2 extra points made, and his punt average right around 40. He had a 54-yard punt, got a nice rollout on one of those earlier in the game. But defensively for the Tigers, the guys I would mention: Jarman Williams, Max Merrill, J.P. Madden, Jack Miras had a good game, and Dakota LaSalle as well, I think, have played for Alamogordo. And I'm sure there's somebody I'm missing, not intentionally. And again, apologies as always for not being able to do defensive stats along with offensive stats. It's always a bit of a challenge to try to make that happen. So deepest apologies there. It's no offense to our defensive players. Those kids have had a heck of a game and work hard all season long. All right, let's hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week. Alamogordo Cross Country Song So came off a top 10 finish at the NIMI meet in Roswell last week. So I had a chance to chat with her. She's also a member of JV Tiger Cheer and is going to be in track coming up in the spring as well. So you'll hear about all that during the interview. And we've got plenty more coming up for you during halftime. It's Lovington 22, Alamogordo 14, and we're back.
This is your ESPN Alamogordo Tiger Athlete of the Week Spotlight, brought to you by the Winner's Circle and Vision Ford Lincoln. This week's athlete is Song So of Lady Tiger Cross Country. Let's talk about the cross country season. How do you feel like you've run over the first few meets?
I think I've improved a lot from last year too. I'm battling out with this one super fast girl. I've always looked up to her, so me beating her last meet felt like a huge accomplishment. But I'm really looking forward to her running her best next meet, and then we can battle it out,
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. And she's talking about Ellery Battle, who those 2 young ladies, both freshmen. You're going to see them in cross country a lot over the next few years. And how did you feel like you ran at the Roswell meet? Did you like the course?
Oh, I love the course. It was all flat with a little hill, which gave me a good boost to passing people, and I really liked that course. I thought I did really good because that was my first medal of the season.
She finished top 10, finished 9th at the meet. The girls finished 3rd overall. And cross country for the girls side is a little different. You've got some soccer players that are a part of the team. There's some meets they can go to. There's some meets that they can't. So it's almost like 2 different teams running a little bit. Does it feel that different when they're there versus not there, or are you just out there running your best?
I always feel really good when the soccer girls are there because I know by then we'll get 1st or 2nd. But if not, I have my trust in Ellery and the rest of the girls because I know they can do really good when they push and they finish strong.
And it adds to the competition of the team because everybody's working hard to do
Oh
it,
yeah,
right?
definitely. They're always drenched with sweat or gagging when they get to the finish line. It's definitely a sight.
Yeah, everybody's working hard. That's what
Yep.
we like to hear. How'd you get into cross country? I mean,
Actually, I got into cross country in 7th grade when my friend was like, "You should try cross country." I was like, "What is that?" Like, it sounds really hard, and I just loved it ever since. Although I kind of hated it at some points because it's running. Come on.
nobody really likes running, but it's fun to be the competitiveness, I'm sure.
Yes,
that's fun.
definitely.
All right.
And always the bus rides home, especially to Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A.
There you go. Those are the things to look forward to, right?
Yes.
And of course, we'll also see you out in track later in the year. Do you know you usually run the distance races in track?
Actually, for my 7th and 8th grade year, I did sprints, and last year I did like mid-distance, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do this year. It just all depends on what the coaches put me in. But I do field events. I do high jump, and I'm really hoping to do pole vaulting, but I'm kind of scared because I'm scared of heights. Kind of ironic.
That'll get you over it.
Hopefully.
There you go. And you're also part of cheer, JV varsity? Or?
Yes, JV, and I'm a flyer.
Okay, very
That
good.
goes to the whole scared of heights thing. Ironic.
Hey, you know what? You're working on it.
Yeah.
Freshman this year, so obviously a lot of time to figure out what the future brings, but obviously college is something you're shooting for.
Yes, I don't know about college yet, but I'm really hoping to move back to New York and start a college and like go to college there.
Okay. Do you know what you want to do or not yet?
Right now I'm doing something in the biomedical field, so I'm hoping to do something in like the medical field when I grow up, like a surgeon or a pediatrician.
Next weekend at Oñate, which is always a tough meet. Got some good teams that run over there.
Yeah, definitely.
And looking to try and get yourself another top 10, right?
Oh yes, definitely another medal.
Congratulations on being Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speed, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. You hear the fireworks going off. Lovington retaking the field. I'm just glad they didn't do that cannon again, because that scared you-know-what out of me when the game. I think it was a cannon. I just know it was on the south side of the field and made me jump. Anyway, fireworks I can at least see. I know where they're coming from. Both teams have returned to the field. The Tigers are over on the far side. It's 22-14. Lovington has the lead over the Tigers. There's a couple minutes on the warm-up clock. Lovington will have the ball to begin the second half. So they still kind of have the advantage in the standpoint of they can go down the field and score. They can get it back to a 2-point, or I should say a 2-score advantage. The Tigers, meanwhile, boy, if the defense can come up with another 3 and out, which they've had a few of those in this game, they could really flip this game on its head a little bit, especially if they can get a 3 and out. But what the Tiger defense can do, they have been very good. I just checked with the Tiger coaches. They're next door here. Next door. Nobody got ejected in that first half. I could have sworn the referee made the thumbs up and pointing behind him like somebody got thrown out of the game, but nobody did. That's a good thing for the Tigers. I never saw anybody went to the locker room. Usually, if you're ejected, you go straight to the locker room. So, the motion they made that it was a personal foul and maybe a hit to the head on one of the Tiger players, and I guarantee if something is malicious enough or hard enough or an illegal enough hit, they will eject somebody. So, unfortunately, we don't have the refs mic'd up. It would be nice if we did. Just wanted to finish up that thought from the first half. Nobody was thrown out of the game for Alamogordo, so everybody's still there. And something else, and knock on wood, I'll find every little piece I can in here. I think we had an injury-free first half. I don't think we had a stoppage due to any injuries in the first half on either side, so we definitely like to see that. I certainly hope there's not an announcer's curse for that, but always like to see that, that we can avoid the stoppages and avoid the any of that going on. Interesting watching Casey Perez throw the ball straight up in the air like a Hail Mary kind of pass as a warm-up to the second half. And he came out a lot earlier than anybody else did. It's kind of interesting. All right, we're just about ready for the second half. Tigers are going to kick off. North from the south. So a little pretty heavy wind in this half for a return possibility here for Lovington in the second half of play. Brett's got a big and definitely put a charm to this and see if he force Loving back. All right, so we're ready for the half. Again, it's 122 out of 14. Ryskus with a touchdown to Julio Menza. Sean Hayes touchdown run. Those are your scores on Alamogordo. Casey Perez, a touchdown pass and a touchdown. Those scores for Lovington. They have a 2 conversion committed. Tiger just going to a little kick it here. That's right. And the Tigers are going to hover it. Nobody touched Lovington, and Alamogordo recovered at the 39. Nobody came up to that, and who got that? Tigers, it was 2-7. Elias Gonzalez gets in there and grabs that at the 39. Nobody was paying attention. It was a little kick between the levels of the Lovington return coverage, and nobody was. The up men didn't run back to get it. The 5 or 6 guys that could actually see the kick coming, nobody went for it. And boy, the Tigers, a gutsy call and into the wind. I love that. Tigers go 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the top, and Julio Mendoza is in the Wildcat again, and Julio's going to run it straight ahead. Not much there, but does get positive yardage. He'll get to the 37. So drive start at the 39 for the Tigers. And way to flip the momentum. I was sitting here talking about, the Tigers can get a 3 and out. How about just get an onside kick? Not your old-fashioned onside kick where you're trying to, ricochet off somebody. Just pooch kick it into an area where maybe nobody is, and a lot of credit needs to go to Brett Money, too. He put that in a good area where that was difficult for Lovington. Tigers, 2 wide receivers, a running back, and Viescas. Ooh, that looked all kinds of an issue there for the Tigers. False start for sure. And it may be Mendoza still back there as well for Alamogordo. Yeah, it was still Julio. So I don't know if they're going to switch things out, or kind of interesting if they haven't had Ryan in their quarterback to start, or they just want to maybe try to put the ball in Julio's hands in this drive, or I'm looking at the sideline to see if there's any issues with, I don't think I see, I'm trying to see Ryan if I can. I don't think there's a problem from the standpoint that he can't be on the field. All right, so 2nd and 13 for Alamogordo. Ball at the Lovington 43. Bad snap. Mendoza able to pick it up and able to the outside. He throws it, and he completes it at the 30. It's a first down. And inside the 25-yard line, nice little toss. This time he does complete it to Aaron Cisco for a first down. He overthrew him on a play in the first half, but gets it to the 23. That's a 20-yard gain on the throw from Julio Mendoza to Aaron Cisco. So a new wrinkle here for the Tigers to open up the second half, and they're leaving Julio in at quarterback. Again, I think this is probably just a this drive thing, unless there's an injury issue with Viescas. So 2 wide receivers to the top. I think just trying to throw a little bit of a different wrinkle. Yeah, that's going to be an illegal motion on the Tigers. So Dakota LaSalle was the running back, and he's moving towards the line of scrimmage when the play in the parts, and it's an illegal shift, a 5-yard penalty. Tigers actually get stopped behind the line of scrimmage, so I wonder if Lovington might take this as a, just might take the result of the play. Yeah, they're going to decline it because Julio was brought down at the 25. It's a 2-yard loss. .52 to go here in the third quarter. The Tigers trailing 22-14. One wide receiver to the near side, one to the top. And they'll shift Mendoza, and now Viescas is back into the game at quarterback. 2nd and 12. And troubles with the snap, but it bounces right to Dakota LaSalle. He's actually going to get some positive yardage here. That was high. It bounced straight up off the turf. And both Viescas and LaSalle had a chance at it, and LaSalle is able to come away with the football on a 3-yard gain. Tigers have looked a little disjointed in the backfield. The timing seems like it's been off. And the big thing, they got to shift. They like to shift before the play starts, and they got to do that before the snap happens. All right, so LaSalle does shift, and Viescas going to throw. Viescas throwing towards the end zone. It is tipped. It is incomplete. There were 2 Lovington players, and Julio Mendoza rides a roll line. Actually, I think that's Emilio Minez on the intended pass. It was. And this is into the wind here, so I don't know if the Tigers are going to think field goal. They're going to go for it on 4th and 10. I think they just think that with the wind blowing right in their face, it's a little bit too much. 4th and 9. Play clock isn't even running right now, so Tigers don't need to rush. Viescas, quick throw, and almost threw an interception, but it will be a turnover on down. So after I feel like a brilliant call to start the half on the pooch kick, onside kick, Tigers unable to cash in on it, and offense will get on the field. I like the aggressiveness. I mean, I know Tigers have a great field goal kicker in Brett Money, but into the wind, that's a strong, strong wind, and that would have been at least a 40-yard field goal, I think, on that. So, certainly not what the Tigers wanted, but I think you feel a little bit better walking off the field on 4th down in that case, and maybe they felt like they needed a touchdown. Perez out of the shotgun, throws, completes it. Stop route on the outside by the receiver. He's going to fall forward for another yard. He gets number 21. It is Aiden Garcia. And the ball is at the 28-yard line with 9:31 to go third quarter. It's a 5-yard gain on the completion for the Wildcats. They're up by 8. And here comes a handoff, and a little bit of running room here for the running back for the first time tonight. Bounce to the outside of the 40. Still running, kept his balance, and is shoestring tackled by Reese Cady. Boy, that was really impressive stuff there from Caleb Franco. That looked like that was going to be maybe a 5 or a 6 yard gain. He was going to get pushed out of bounds. He turns it upfield, though, and gets a big gainer all the way to the 36-yard line. 34 yards on the rush. And Lovington's the field here. They're now on the Tiger 36. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Running back to the left of Perez. Takes the snap, hands it off. Franco, a little juke step in the backfield, gets away from one defender, and is going to get positive yardage to the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the run. And 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Clock rolling here in the third quarter. Tigers trailing by 8 with 8:35 to go. Tigers got an onside kick to begin the second half. Their drive unfortunately stalled, and Lovington has quickly pushed into Tiger territory here. Ball at the 32. 2nd and 6. The Tigers come across the line, and offsides on Alamogordo. Don't believe it'll give them a first down. It does not, but it's 2nd down and 1. Four wide receivers, 2 to each side. And the running back to the right of Perez. Perez looked like he's going to keep it himself. Tigers blitzed and looked like they had him stopped in the backfield. They do get him, but not before it looked like he was going to get out of that. Tigers sent the house on that play, and he's going to lose 3. He was trying to bounce around in the backfield, maybe a little much was Perez, but probably 3 or 4 Tiger players came right at him where he snapped the ball, and somehow he gets away from that. Thankfully, there were 2 or 3 other Tigers behind that. 5 wide receivers, 3rd and 4. Perez back to pass. Tigers send some pressure, and the long throw almost intercepted. And I was watching the backfield. I thought Shane Sargent might get called for a roughing the passer. He did not, and nearly an interception. I think that was Aaron Sisko that had a chance at it for the Tigers. It was. I'm calling his name a lot tonight on both the defensive and offensive side. And it's going to be a 4th down. No guys here. Lovington will go for it on 4th and 4. 2 wide receivers to the near side. 3 to the top. Empty set. 3 down linemen for the Tigers. Almo going to send 4. Perez bouncing around in the pocket, trying to direct traffic. Throws it high in the air towards the near corner of the end zone. It is hit in the air and incomplete. Good coverage there. Number 22, Michael Audette, was able to get a hand on it and knock it in the air. And the Tigers able to come up with a stop on 4th and 4. And the Tiger offense gets back out in the field. So a big stop for this Tiger defense again. And, boy, a lot more defense in this game than I think I would have anticipated, both sides. It's been a fun one to watch. And it looks like the Tigers are, again, going to go to this Wildcat look. It looks like Mendoza, and I think it's Hayes next to him. Mendoza takes the snap. That's not Hayes. Mendoza going to bounce out of the backfield, gets to the 35, puts his head down to the 40, gets dragged down. He's going to have a first down. And Mendoza was calling for a face mask. Didn't get the call, but he's got 12 yards, and the Tigers pick up a first down. There's a number 6 out there for the Tigers. Unfortunately, not somebody who's on our roster. I'll Max preps real quick and see if they added that, changed it. I don't know. Seems like we get that at least once a week with the Tigers. 2 to the top side, 1 to the bottom wide receivers, and Mendoza again by himself in the backfield. Trying to run straight ahead, bounces away, looking for some running room to the outside, and he's going to get 2 yards. A lot of running there, but he does get 2 yards. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. This is the first time we've seen this formation for Alamogordo this year. And again, you're trying to get Julio Mendoza, one of your more dynamic athletes, a few more touches. Is the reason behind it. And just a little bit more active with it tonight. And I don't know who 6 is. I don't know if somebody changed the number at halftime or what the deal is. Anyway, he's not on the field right now. Trips to the top side. 2nd and 8. Mendoza again, the quarterback. And Julio looking to throw. And Julio got a man open. It's Cisco again at the 40 up the far sideline. Makes a man miss. Drags him forward to about the 30. And Tigers are just sending Cisco on sideline routes. He goes about 10 yards up the field and then takes a hard left or a hard right and gets to an open spot in the field and picks up another big first down on a good throw from Julio Mendoza. Give him 30 yards on the pass. And again, it's Mendoza. I think LaSalle is the man in the backfield this time. And it'll be Mendoza running it, taking it to the left side. Mendoza with the football. Mendoza to the 5, to the 10, to the 5, or to the 5, 10 to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Julio Mendoza, as the Tigers able to get some blocks in front of him. And Julio into the end zone. Looking around, I don't see any penalty flags. The way people were reacting, I thought for a second we did have a penalty. 30-yard touchdown run from Julio Mendoza. And I think that's the reason why the Tigers are running that. They feel like they can have some success with direct snapping the ball to Mendoza. And he's definitely helped that pay off tonight. And I think the Tigers are going to go for 2 here to try to tie this up with 5:45 to go in the quarter. Viescas back in there. LaSalle is behind him. And LaSalle shift to his left. Snap is a little high. Viescas rolls out. Completed and reaching across the goal line. I think he got it. He did. What a great play by Tyler Ellswick. Ellswick caught it at about the 1. The pass was behind him, and he was able to reach the football across the goal line to get the conversion, and we're all tied up. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. The Tigers take it pretty much the length of the field. A long 30-yard touchdown run from Julio Mendoza, and then Viescas to Ellswick for the 2-point conversion, and we're all square. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back. The Tigers again go with the short kick. It's a fair catch in front of the 30 line. And this time Lovington makes the play. 5:44 to go, third quarter, and we're all even. Been an entertaining football game overall and been an entertaining second half so far. And the Tigers have managed to come back down 22-7 at one point in this game and have brought it back even. Here's the handoff and the run and probably about a 3-yard gain to the right side for the running back, number 27, Caleb Franco. Looked like that was Merrill in on the tackle for the Tigers. It's going to bring up down in 4. Clock rolling, 5:15 to go in the third. Tied at 22. This is a designed quarterback run for Perez, and Perez is going to get the first down. Just a couple of hesitation moves, but really good blocking up front for the Wildcats as he takes it across the 40 to the 45 to the 47 and gets 10 yards on the run. Lovington obviously is looking to answer right back after the long Tiger drive, mostly out of that Wildcat look with Mendoza in at quarterback. And Julio throws he's thrown the ball well. A couple of nice completions to Aaron Cisco. Rolling to his left is Perez. Perez still looking and trying to get away. He's going to get away. He is brought down in the backfield. The initial contact. Williams is going to get the sack. The initial contact, I believe, was that Audette? Elias Gonzalez, I'm sorry, with the initial contact in the backfield for the Tigers. So another sack of Perez, who's, I don't know, I feel like he's been a little bit too lackadaisical in the backfield of the football sometimes, and I think he's used to getting out of that, but boy, the Tigers' defense is coming back there and making it hard for him. So he lost 15 yards on that play. Perez back to pass, stands in the pocket. Shane Sargent trying to get into his face there, and he's able to bounce out of the pocket, still looking down the field, still looking, and he throws it incomplete. Now he is extending these plays, but the Tigers aren't biting on anything too hard. They're staying right in his face, and I think forcing him into making a play more than anything else. We do have a penalty flag and a sideline warning on Alamogordo. And that's official. Oh, they're going to actually mark off penalty yardage here. So I guess that was the second sideline warning on Alamogordo. I don't know if somebody was across the white space or what exactly happened, but it hit 3rd and 20 now. I didn't realize that was the second sideline warning on the Tigers. So the first one you get away with a warning. That time it's a 5-yard penalty. Clock is stopped with 3:53 to go. It's 3rd and 20, third quarter, and we're tied at 22. Trips to the top side, 2 to the bottom. The snap, and Perez looking to throw right down the middle. He's got a man at the 50 to the 45, racing down the middle, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. "67 yards. That's a skinny post right up the middle, little seam route. And initially he was open right in the middle of a Tiger zone, but Alamogordo could not get to Adam Aguilera quick enough, and he just found a little seam to run through right down the middle of the field. And the Wildcats, just like that, retake the lead. Well, in 3rd and 20, it felt like the Tigers going to get the ball back. It's tied at 22, and another big pass play for the Wildcats. The extra point is good. So they retake a 7-point lead. It's 29-22. 3:43 remaining here in the third quarter. Still a ton of time left in this game. Make sure you stay with us here on ESPN Alamogordo.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house, and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hottest under the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesday. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
kickoff here for the Wildcats. 3:43 to go in the third quarter. The Tigers are trailing 29-22. And the kickoff on the way, and it is snagged by Cisco. Starburst play. Tigers fumble it, and Cisco able to pick it up, but he's going to lose yardage here. So Cisco tried to hand it off to Mendoza, and then maybe Julio wasn't supposed to get it on that play. I don't know, but the ball was on the ground. Cisco thankfully picked it up, but the Tigers are going to have to start at their own 10-yard line. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the Starburst play, one of the Tiger players receives the kick, and he will turn his back to the oncoming kickoff team, and 2 or 3 Tigers will run in different directions, and they'll fake handoffs to maybe one guy or another guy, and basically trying to create some confusion on the return team. So I know I'm using a term there maybe not everybody is aware of. Tigers going to go back to their usual offensive set here. So I haven't seen Sean Hayes in a while. Vieska's going to throw right down the middle of the field, and he overthrows his man. He had Minez breaking at the 30 and just goes too far over the top. And looks like Viescas is going to come out of the game here. Maybe back to Mendoza, quarterback. That's worked well for the Tigers. Personnel coming in and out. And it's going to be LaSalle in the backfield. Receivers are Cisco and Luke to the near side. And everybody else on the line. So 7 on the line for the Tigers here. And I don't think they got the play clock or the playoff in time before the clock ran out. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Alamo. They were bringing on personnel late on that play. Not too surprising that they get called for a delay of game. 2nd and 15 coming up for Alamo. 3:30 remaining here in the third. Tigers are trailing 29-22. We're down 22-7 at one point, and able to go down the field and score. Yes is going to take this pistol snap from his own goal line. LaSalle to his right. Viescas, quick throw, and there's going to be some penalty flags on the Wildcats because Minez was bumped a couple of times, wasn't able to get a chance to get to the football, and that should be enough to give the Tigers a first down. It'll be 15 yards. You know, they're trying to, they're trying to not let the Tigers get those open runs on those seam plays. Ones that Lovington's been very successful with on their offense, but trying to run down the middle of the field and, bumping the receiver, and ball's in the air when that happens. So you don't have illegal contact, but the ball's in the air and you're making contact with the receiver. That's got to be pass interference. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down. So the Tigers get out of jail back at their own 5 and also pick up a first down. 3:24 to go in the third quarter. The Tigers down by 7. 2 wide receivers top side. Viescas is in at quarterback right now. LaSalle to his right, and he'll hand it off to Dakota. Dakota works to the left and back up the middle, and he'll get positive yardage, about 3 on the carry to the 23-yard line. Yeah, I'm trying to look towards the sidelines and look for number 5. Yeah, I don't see anybody. So the Tigers starting tailback must be out of the game. Tigers having a little bit of trouble getting into the right formation here. Bedgood racing out to the near side in the wide receiver slot. 2 wide receivers. The handoff again goes to LaSalle, and he may fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he does, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7, a slow developing play, and Lovington gets into the backfield. So I'd said it had been a game that, it didn't seem like we had seen a lot of injuries. I know Sean had gotten tripped up, and I think maybe you have lightning in the area. Both teams are headed towards the locker room, so that would be my guess, is that there is a lightning delay. And we got a pretty good thunderstorm just out to our east, or I should say west, actually. So I think we're probably going to be in a decent delay here for... The storms are moving, looks like, pretty quick as I check Super Doppler ESPN Alamogordo on my phone. But, yeah, there's definitely going to be some rain with this, too. So hopefully we'll be able to get this one going again. I would anticipate, I mean, we're going to get at least a 30-minute delay. Looking at the storm, I would probably say closer to an hour would be my guess. So stay with us. I might try to an hour. I don't know if you necessarily want me to do that. We might send it back to ESPN Radio, but I don't know. I think we'll since we're right in the middle of this game, we'll try and do it. For Alamogordo, the tough thing obviously would be is if this gets delayed multiple times here, there is a chance that they could call this game. I don't know if that'll happen, but definitely I think a concern here if you're the Tigers is if the Lightning stays in the area for an hour and a half, that definitely could change things. And boy, for Alamogordo, that would just be brutal. 2 games this year. One of them they would have had to win. Another one that you can honestly argue the Tigers have a chance to come back and win this football game. So you just hope that we'll get to see some more football tonight. So we are in a weather delay at Lovington High School, and there is a thunderstorm in the just one of those. Oh, there's lightning way off in the distance. There is a pretty good storm coming into our area. So we'll take a commercial break. Stay with us. We'll recap what we have seen so far tonight and let y'all know, obviously, what's going on here. And chances are you'll hear me talk a lot about Tiger sports and some other scores around the state. And so stay with us.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Welcome back. You're listening to ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. We are 2:33 to go in the third quarter, and unfortunately we are in a lightning delay. The storm is just off to our east, west. Why are my directions so messed up tonight? Just off to our west. And they had to bring kids off the field, and most importantly, get the fans off the field. I just looked out at the back door, which is pointed towards the west, and there's a lot of lightning out that direction. So as frustrating as it may be, and I'll tell you as a broadcaster, as frustrating as it may be, I am all for the safety of the kids in the field, the fans in the stands, and I think the big question mark will be, do we get this thing restarted? I'd hesitate to say one way or the other, so I'm sure they're not going to go too many delays late in the night. Of course, long road trip back for the Tigers tonight, so positive it is a Friday night, but obviously don't want to play it go too late, so we'll see. Storm's moving pretty quick, but I doubt we're going to be back going again before 10 o'clock. That would be my sincere guess on all of that. So we'll find out and see how late it goes, and it could be a late night here at Lovington, or they may end up calling it within an hour. So it's been a ridiculous weather year for Alamogordo sports. I think almost every girls soccer home match has had a delay. Their first one got called early. One of the other ones delayed, and then I think they managed to get through all of it. So boys soccer's had the same thing. I don't think we've had any straight-up cancellations yet. Cross country in their home meet had a lightning delay. Volleyball's the only one that hasn't had to worry about it, obviously. So, Tularosa, I know this year they got stuck late at night, finishing up that game against Socorro. I don't think they finished that game until like 11:30 at night due to light delays. That was actually I think the bye week for Alamogordo, if I remember right. So, it happens. All right, what do we got for scores for you? Good game out in Artesia. Cleveland 33, Artesia 26. They've got 7 minutes left in that game. Capitals leading Moriarty 41-0. Raton 36-12 beating Escalante. Now the PA is telling everybody to leave the stands because there's a pretty good storm coming in. Rio Rancho's leading La Cueva 24-21. That's in the fourth quarter. Portales beats St. Pius 40-7. Eunice 28-0 over Dexter. I'm pretty impressed with that for Eunice. Nice bounce back for them. Hey, listen, if you're a Tularosa fan, you got to like that. El Dorado over Albuquerque High 35-0. Bloomfield 15-0 over Hope Christian. It's Socorro over Robertson 39-14 in the third quarter. And that's about it. I unfortunately don't have a Ruidoso and Tularosa update for you guys. I thought there'd be somebody on the NMOT that would be updating that game, but not tonight, I guess. So if I find something or if somebody texts me, I know somebody out there might be at the Tularosa game. Yeah, the rain is starting right now here at Lovington, which makes me think I should probably try to close my window here and not let my equipment get messed up. But the Tigers, of course, will be in their locker room, and I think the Alamogordo fans that are here have trying to make their way back to their car, or at least some type of coverage here. It's been a while since we had a road game that we've had a weather delay on. Seems like the home games that's happened more than the road games, in all fairness. But I'll let you know if I get any other interesting around the state scores, and I'll give a shout out to the NMOT Sports page. That's the group that does the coaches poll and a lot of other coaches stuff, and does some good coverage across the state of New Mexico. So I'll see if I can find something with Ruidoso and Tule. Thankfully, they've got nice weather back there in the Tularosa Basin for those of you that are maybe back enjoying Otero County Fair and rodeo. Good night for some rodeo over there, I think, and we're seeing a little bit of a weather delay here. Look like the rain has actually stopped now. So I guess I hurry up and close my window for no good reason there. But overall, just to kind of give you a feeling of this game, if you haven't been with us, Lovington's had some big plays, but they also have been shut down by the Tiger defense at times. So there's definitely been some huge positives for the Tigers, I think, defensively, and their ability to shut down Casey Perez. It's just two blown coverages, a really nice play by one of their wide receivers, and then, to be fair, just actually athletic play by their quarterback on the 4 touchdowns tonight. So, defensively some lapses, but overall, I feel like the Tigers have done the job that they've needed to tonight. The turnovers have hurt Alamogordo, 2 of those in the first half, but Alamogordo's come up with some big plays. They've shown a new formation tonight. Julio Mendoza running out of the Wildcat, and I kind of wonder if Alamo's doing that mainly because I haven't seen Sean Hayes in a while. So it makes me wonder if they're switching to that up a little bit because they don't have Sean to run out of the backfield. So that may be my feeling on why they're utilizing that a little bit more. But Julio's thrown the ball well. He's run the ball well. And it's been a nice wrinkle in what the Tigers do offensively, and got them down the field for their score here in the third quarter. But Julio also made a great catch and run off of Ryan Vieska's throw. I thought, with the exception of some overthrows, I feel like Vieskas has made some really nice throws tonight. The passing offense has easily looked the best that it has all season long from my perspective. So, that's been a marked improvement. The running game has still looked good. The running game looked great in the first half. Sean Hayes had a couple of long runs, including a 35-yard touchdown run. Tigers haven't been able to get back to that as much, but I think that, their spread offense has looked the best that it has so far this season. And, again, you heard Coach Cisco talk about that in the pregame if you were with us a lot earlier on tonight, in that, that Ryan's just a junior, and he is he was playing a second varsity game last week, and you're seeing him grow and get better and a lot of improvement. So that's a definite positive if you're the Tigers and you're seeing that growth from your junior quarterback for sure. So definitely some good things we've seen in this game, and the Tigers are in it. This is a game that the Tigers got blown out 45-7 last year. I think Lovington's probably a better team than they were last year in some places. But the Tigers are clearly a far better team than what we've seen the last couple of years. And give a lot of credit to Coach Cisco and that entire coaching staff. They've really brought this program along, and you're seeing them compete in these games where 2 years ago and last year they would really have a hard time staying in a lot of these. If you're wondering why I'm yapping and not giving any updates on the game, it's because we're in a lightning delay. 2:33 in the third quarter. We got a storm moving into the area. It is a very, very legitimate weather delay. There's sometimes we hear lightning and we look around and go, huh? Just trying to keep everybody safe. This is one where there is a storm coming into the area, so we are crossing our fingers that this one does not get called and that we do get to restart this game. That would be the hope, and get this one finished off, because I do think the Tigers have a chance to come back and win this game. They will have the ball when we come back in the third quarter. Again, that is if. We're certainly hoping that's the case. All right, I'm going to stick with you guys. Let's be honest, I have nothing better to do than just sit here and chat with you all from my beautiful booth here at Lovington High School. So we'll talk about maybe some other Tiger sports and try and find some other scores from around the state for you guys, maybe run through the stats up to this point in the game. But I think probably when we come back, we'll recap everything we've seen so far, if you're just tuning in, and do some other good stuff for you. So we're in for the long haul here. Stay with me. If you're listening to us on the ESPN Alamogordo YouTube channel or with us on 103.7 FM, we're happy to have you along. And we, again, are in a lightning delay. The Tigers are trailing by 7, 2:33 to go in the third quarter, and we'll be back.
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
The Winner's Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winner's Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
Which gotta go.
you can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hot sun of the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesdays. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers! ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. Welcome back. Here at Lovington High School. Just kind of watching the storm out to our east, west. Wow. It's amazing how many times I've done that tonight. I'm not very optimistic that we're going to get this one going again, but we'll see. It's looking pretty nasty out in that direction. A lot of lightning and probably a lot of rain with that as well. So we'll definitely hope that we get going again, but I'll level with you guys that I'm not believing that they're gonna get this going again. There's a ton of lightning, and storm seems to be slowing down a little bit. Unfortunately, it looked like it was moving kind of fast. It might just push through the area, but not the case as much. So we'll see. All right, let's recap the game for you. If you're just tuning in, wondering why we don't have anything going on, it is a lightning delay here at Lovington High School. 2:33 remaining in the third. 29-22 is your score with Lovington in front. Again, if this game were to end, it would be official. Lovington would get the win. And boy, that long touchdown pass could end up being the game winner. That's going to be, again, a really tough one for this Tiger team to deal with, I think. But Mother Nature's undefeated, unfortunately, and Tigers had some bad luck with the weather in terms of games. Go back to a few years ago when Alamo was playing Los Lunas at home, and that was one of those where we never really got any rain at the stadium. There was a lot of wind, but there was enough. I mean, the lightning was enough in the area that we never got restarted, and so that this one's much different. This is clear as day that they needed to get everybody out of the stands and get everybody to safety. But
Yeah, the Tigers ended up losing that game. They were trailing. That was one of those track meet kind of games, too, in that, teams were going back and forth and scoring on each other pretty much the entire way. And the Tigers, they felt like they could come back and win that game, but you were also, you were behind, and who knows what would have happened as that game progressed. And the same thing here. There's really no way of knowing. Again, game has not been called as of yet. We'll let you know for sure. But let's recap it for you. Casey Perez threw a 43-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Garcia. That was 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. That was another one of those where the Tigers got behind him. I think just dropped coverage, didn't even see where he went. So Sean Hayes would, though, answer right back on the ensuing drive, 35-yard touchdown run. Tied it up at 7 with 7:09 to go in the first. The Wildcats would retake the lead on a 29-yard touchdown run from Casey Perez. I think I've talked about that enough throughout the broadcast. Almost seemed like a setup play where they sent all their guys inside the 10-yard line and cleared it out for Perez to try and, I'm sure, at least gain the first down, maybe even the touchdown, and he got the touchdown as he raced up the near sideline. Also got in for a 2-point conversion. That was your score at the end of one quarter of play. Perez would throw a 26-yard touchdown pass to Adam Aguilera, another one where the Tiger defense sunk in on a pump fake, and Aguilera got behind and had an easy touch. Made it 22-7, 8:46 to go in the second quarter there. And then it was 6:22 to go in the second quarter when the Tigers were able to answer back. Ryan Viescas, a 28-yard touchdown pass to Julio Mendoza. Mendoza with some nice moves near the goal line to get it into the end zone. And that was your score at halftime. Tigers would get an onside kick to begin the second half. Unfortunately, that drive got stalled. Lovington took it inside the Tiger 30 after the Tigers went for it on fourth down and didn't get it. And the Tigers would actually stop Lovington on fourth down in Alamogordo territory. Tigers would take it down the field, and Julio Mendoza would run it in from 30 yards out. That was with 5:44 remaining. Next drive on a 3rd and long, and it was 3rd and 15. That was the 60-60 touchdown pass with 3:43 to go. Tigers were going to have a first down here on their own side of the field when they called the folks off the field, and the Thunder is definitely picking up here at Lovington High School. I can see the storm is actually behind where I'm looking out the stadium. So I'm kind of keeping on checking my radar here because, again, me being the amateur weatherman was looking at some of those clouds going, oh, that's a little scary looking. Very, very amateur weatherman. Very, very. But, yeah, the storm seems to be slowing down, and if it just kind of parks here near the stadium and the lightning keeps up, unfortunately, we won't have a chance to restart this game. They'll wait it out, though. I think they'll wait it out probably till around 10 o'clock, and then there'll be a decision made. I guarantee you Coach Cisco is going to be fighting as much as he can to try to get this game restarted, and not until the very last second that they have to call it are they going to try to decide this one. So we'll keep you updated on what's going on. Again, it's Lovington 29, Alamogordo 22, 2:33 to go here in the third quarter. There's been nothing over the PA yet, but there's actually nobody in the stand, so it's just me in here to see if they're going to call it or not. So I will definitely let you all know. I'll check over to our right and see if there's a decision made. But those of us in the press box are still here, and we'll stay here as long as it takes. So we hope you'll stay with me, and I'm just going to keep on running through what we've got going on. When we come back, we'll check in on what's going on with the rest of Tiger sports across the area, and I should say local sports across the area this weekend. So we'll get you all up to speed on that stuff, and then we'll also see if we got any more score updates for you guys. Hopefully, we'll have something for you with Lovington and Ruidoso. I would anticipate they should be finishing up here pretty soon. So I can almost guarantee if we get back started again, they'll finish before we go off the air tonight. So we'll let you know. All right, we'll fit in another commercial break. Again, we are in a lightning delay. Teams are off the field. They have cleared the stands. Looks like most people are deciding to go home here, so that makes me feel like maybe they know more than I do that this one's not going to get restarted. So we'll see. Maybe they're just going to go somewhere and then come back. I don't know. All right, so we'll take a break and come back in. 29-22, Lovington leads. 2:33 to go in the third. A lightning delay going on now. And if the game is called, it would be official, and Lovington would get the win. So just a heads up on the rules with that. All right, we'll take a break and come back.
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speed, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winter Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Cisco and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Welcome back here to Lovington High School. We are in a weather delay. The rain has finally started coming down pretty hard. There's a lot of lightning in the area. The delay started probably around 9:15. So at minimum, it's a 30-minute delay, but it's actually a 30-minute delay from the last lightning strike within 10 miles. So there was one just a second ago. So I am not very optimistic. I think they'll only go 3 delays. I think the longest that they'll wait is 90 minutes. At least I believe that used to be the old rule. They've changed the rule a little bit because the mileage used to be different. It was 10 miles, or it is 10 miles now. I think it was 8 last year, and a while ago it used to be 6, and probably used to be even less than that. But again, I'm one of those guys that I feel like it is a sporting event. We love to see this one finish. Now we're somebody getting struck by lightning. Of course, the chances of that are probably slim, but it's just flat out not worth it. For somebody because hey, we want to finish the game, and we're going to try to work through a thunderstorm. I mean, that's not the thing that anybody should be doing. So I'm all for the caution. Excuse me on all of that. All right, let's update you what's going on with the rest of sports throughout the area. Of course, we got Tularosa and Rosso playing tonight. I have not found a score update, unfortunately. So as soon as I hear something on that, I'll let you guys know certainly we'll get a final score. I was hoping maybe there would be somebody updating the game, but I have not seen anything. I'll check Max perhaps and see maybe if somebody is doing that online for us tonight. But regardless, let's see. Oh, somebody is updating it online. It's Rodoso 26, Tularosa 18. Tuli's actually scored a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter to bring that game close. It's in the fourth quarter with Ruidoso an 8-point lead, and looks like they have the football right now. So I'll let you know. Whoever it looks like Noah Wood is updating that up on Max Preps to him and give him some credit on that. Watching some of the Tigers, looks like David Maldonado and some of the coaching staff running out to grab some of the things on the sideline, which would definitely make me feel like it's more likely than not that this one is not going to get restarted. And I'm sure, if anything, just trying to save some stuff from getting ruined out there in the weather. But not exactly a good sign, if you want me to be honest there. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, a lot of lightning in the area. Like I said, I don't think it get going again. But we'll stay with you on the broadcast just in case we do get going, and don't want you guys wondering, if we're back on ESPN, if the game has officially been called or not. So, and watching Tigers athletic trainer Dave Maldonado run back, and a couple of the other Tiger coaches. I think they actually have a TV that's out there sometimes, but I think they're probably just trying to save some equipment more than anything else. And the wind is picking up pretty significantly as well. Lots of lightning. So everybody definitely needs to be off the field. Even the folks that have been picking up the trash have left the field as well. All right. As for Tiger Sports this weekend, if you want to get out and see some action, Alamogordo volleyball is at home tomorrow. Noon start time against Centennial. Alamogordo girls soccer is at home, and they are doing their Childhood Cancer Awareness Day. So wear gold out to the game tomorrow at noon. Of course, we always like to see you guys wear gold or black and gold or something like that. Wear gold tomorrow. JV is going to play at 10, by the way. And freshmen and JV, 10 and 11 at the Tiger Pit tomorrow for Alamogordo volleyball. Meanwhile, Alamogordo boys soccer, 9 o'clock JV, 11 o'clock varsity in Las Cruces as they take on Oñate. No Alamogordo cross country tomorrow. The Mountaintop volleyball tournament continues tomorrow. Mescalero Apache and Cloudcroft taking part in that. Haven't gotten any up from either Coach Arasumi or from Coach Velasquez, Cloudcroft and Mescalero, respectively, on what they did today. But we'll let you know. Yeah, it's coming down in sheets here at the stadium right now, and loud wind, and yeah, pretty strong thunderstorm coming into our area. I think the stadium lights always make it look more spectacular, but it's raining pretty hard out there. Let's see. Also, Tularosa volleyball, they will face off against Capitan tomorrow, 3 o'clock start time. And I believe that's everybody. Mescalero Apache football is taking on the Ruidoso JV tomorrow as well. Looked like I saw that Rio Rancho beat La Cueva 24-21. Nice bounce back for Rio Rancho. They lost their first 2 games of the year, blew a huge lead to Centennial, and had a loss to a Colorado team the following week, but had won 3 straight, including win over Clovis. Last week they beat Las Cruces High, and this week they get a win over La Cueva. La Cueva would just beat Las Cruces High. So good for the Rams. They've done a nice job of getting right back in the discussion as a state title contender. I would have to think in Class 6A. So score update there again. Last time I saw it was 26-18. Ruidoso leading Tularosa. That was late in the fourth quarter. Now it's 33-18 late in the fourth quarter. So Ruidosa is going to get the win there. I thought Tularosa was going to have a chance to win that football game, and certainly they did. But looks like Ruidoso pulled away late and got the win. I got some advice on that. Somebody said pick Ruidoso, and I didn't on our KNMZ football roundtable this morning, but oh well, what are you going to do? I was going to go with the hometown team. Not that Ruidoso's that far away, but Tuli's closer. By the way, you can listen to the KNMZ football roundtable every Friday morning at 11 a.m. right here on ESPN Alamogordo, and also we stream that live on the ESPN Alamogordo YouTube channel. Manny Gonzalez from Charles Garland and Harris Agency, Brandon Burling from Desert Sun Auto Group, Lara Conway with First National Bank, Jake Roberts with Caldwell Banker Sutters Nelson, and Tim Brock from Christ Community Church on that every Friday. We have a good time. It's a fun. We've got a real good crew, and the last couple years have just been a ton of fun with that group. So I encourage you to tune in and listen to that every Friday at 11 a.m. We have fun. Don't take any of our picks to the betting table. I'll tell you that right now. That's a large mistake for sure. Okay, again, if you're wondering why I'm yapping, we are in a weather delay. It's raining very hard now. A lot of lightning in the area. I think it's pretty darn unlikely that we're going to get going with this game again. But we're going to stay on the air, and until they make an official call, we're going to go ahead and keep it right here and figure out what the final decision will be. But it's 29-22 Lovington. If they do call the game, Lovington will be the winner and improved to 4-1 on the season. All right, we'll take a break and come back. Again, we're in a lightning delay and a weather delay as the thunderstorm's rolling through our area, and we will let you know what the plan is. So stay with us here on ESPN Alamogordo.
If you find yourself frustrated because your internet is slow, then you need to call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company. They have the speed, the reliability, and the customer service to turn your frustration into smiles. Now, doesn't that sound like a better plan? Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company at 585-2700 and get connected today.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Wow, look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
Which gotta go.
you can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DesertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be the hot sun of the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesday. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
The Winter Circle, your hometown shop for all local team apparel. Get hats, shirts, jackets, and more. Cheer on the Tigers, Wildcats, and all your favorite teams in style. You can also personalize your apparel with custom silkscreen or embroidery. The Winter Circle, a family-owned business, continuing the tradition of supporting local athletics.
Come see us at the Winter Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
1201 10th Street in Alamogordo. Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
We are in a weather delay here at Lovington High School, 29-22. The Wildcats leading. We've been in it for over 30 minutes. About 9:15 is when we sent the kids off to the locker room and cleared the stands. It is raining very hard. It is lightning like crazy. Pretty good guess that we won't get this one going again. But like I said, we're going to stick around here on ESPN Alamogordo and let you guys know when this one has been officially called. And again, if it is officially called, Lovington will be the winner of this game. So just a heads up on that. Because it is past halftime, it is an official game. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, the lightning has not let up at all, unfortunately, and the storm just, like I said, looked to run past us pretty quickly when I was looking at the radar. Again, that's why I'm an amateur weatherman and not a real one. And I thought maybe it was going to get out of here in a pretty quick run, but that has not been the case. So we'll see. I think we're towards the back end of the storm right now, so maybe they're going to. I guarantee that Coach Sisko does not want to let this one end where it is right now. So I think he's probably going to push it all the way to that 90-minute mark, which would be around, I think, 10:45. So we'll definitely let you know. They haven't. Everybody's still up here in the press box, so I would assume that they would announce it. But again, there's really nobody to announce it to here in the stadium. Everybody's left. They're smarter than the rest of us. Or I guess I have a job to do. It's one of the two. I've decided which one. Again, the Tigers have, I feel like had a pretty good night. They've made some big defensive stops, some really good plays from a number of different guys. I know I've mentioned some of the offensive stuff, but defensively, Jarman Williams has had a great game. Max Merrill's had another really good game. Dakota LaSalle has played well. Boy, it is absolutely pouring now. Sorry, the rain's picking up a bit more. Shane Sargent's been, Shane hasn't had any sacks tonight, but he's been disruptive, I think is a fair way to say that. And there's probably two or three other guys that I'm not mentioning, but I feel like there have been a couple of different players that have really, somebody I should mention is Michael Audette has had a good game defensively. He's well, and again, I'm sure there's somebody else that you could throw that in there about. But it is almost hard to see the other side of the stadium. It's raining so hard at the moment. So the rain's not the issue. I mean, technically we can play in the monsoon here. We can play in the deluge. It is the lightning that obviously is the major concern in all of this. So it is raining exceptionally hard, and I'm not sure how many fans have stuck around. That's not too big of an issue. If the teams want to stick around and give it a chance, we'll see. But other Tigers to mention, obviously we talked about Ryan Viescas and Julio Mendoza and Sean Hayes, and they've all had good tonight. Aaron Sisko has had a nice game. He's had a couple of big catches for the Tigers tonight. He's actually got 50 yards receiving on the evening, so he's played really, really well for the Tigers tonight. And I know how badly the Tigers want to get a chance to get this game going in, and they're the one that have to take the road trip. So, I would assume that Lovington would be willing to wait this one out. Then again, I'm sure Lovington would say, "Hey, let's get out of here. We got the win." So that would make a lot of sense. But I'm sure the officials are the ones that have the final decision on this. If they don't feel like they can get the kids back out there safely. One thing that should be pointed out with the rain, I mean, I don't know, some of these field turf fields drain pretty well, some of them do not, and if the field ends up in a bad enough condition because we've had so much rain, that could be a fair amount of concern as well before we get started tonight. So just some factors that may have a little bit of an impact, and let's be fair, I'm trying to just stretch right now, so anything interesting that I can talk to you guys about. And I'm not even sure how interesting that is, but definitely mention it. By the way, Ruidoso did beat Tularosa 33-18. That is a final. Wildcats dropped to 4-1, but that's a big win for Ruidoso too. If they lose that game, they're 1-4. So they needed that win exceptionally bad, and that's a good win for the Warriors. Warriors playing down to Class 3A there, but Tule's. I feel like Tule's going to be in the discussion for a state championship at the end of the year. It's going to be them and Robertson and probably Hope Christian and Dexter and maybe a couple others that I'm not even talking about there. But again, a final score 33-18, a winner for the Ruidoso Warriors over the Tularosa Wildcats. I think we all got messed up on that on the roundtable this morning. So, oh well. I do see a couple of fans kind of running into the stadium real quick and then running back out a couple of times. So, but they had to get everybody out of the stands due to the lightning. And again, nothing has been officially said. We've still got some of the coaching staff here to my left from the Alamogordo side. The radio folks are down the row here with us. So I'm fairly certain it's not one of those situations where I'm the only guy here and I just didn't get the news. So that's a pretty good sign. 2:33 to go, third quarter. We're in a weather delay. It's Lovington 29, Alamogordo 22. And I'm going to try to find some more high school scores. May even give you some national score updates for you guys as well and let you know what's going on. Oh, you know what? I just got a text from Tim, and Tim did pick Ruidoso with a big smiling face. Tim must be done with his six-man game up in Carrizozo and Hondo tonight. Tim, send me a score on that game. Give me an update. Let me know what happened. I need something to talk about. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back. And, again, we're in a lightning delay here at Lovington High School. I believe they can wait until 10:45. I think they can go 90 minutes until they have to officially call the game if there's still lightning in the area. So, look, I'm going to get an update from Tim. Hondo Valley beat Carrizozo 52-7. He's contributing to the show. I appreciate that. All right, let's take a commercial break. Again, we are in a lightning delay. I'm not just sitting here talking to myself for no good reason, so stay with us.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Basin Telephone Company to get connected. 585-2700.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Are you looking for letter jackets? Need trophies, plaques, or awards? It's all at the Winner's Circle. Personalize your student's letter jacket with stitching or embroidery. Get customized engraving on your trophies, plaques, and awards. Whether it's for your business, team sales, special events, or personal use. Have you seen our in-store remodel? Stop by and visit us today at 1201 10th Street in Alamogordo.
Come see us at the Winner's Circle, Outfitters of Champions. Go Tigers!
Otero Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor Alamogordo Tiger Football 2019. Everyone at OFCU is pulling for Coach A.J. Sisko and the Tigers to have an outstanding season. The OFCU staff is ready to help you with all your banking needs. Loans, credit cards, checking, online banking, and so much more. All available for you at Otero Federal Credit Union. 3 branches in Otero County. Call 434-8500. Go Tigers!
Vision Ford Lincoln has scorching summer deals now through month's end. 2019 Ford F-150s. Horsepower, torque, and awesome towing capabilities. Get up to $5,000 cash back or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. The 2019 Ford Edge is loaded with up to $6,050 cash back or choose $4,050 cash back and 0% financing for up to 60 months. The stylish 2019 Ford Escape, get $4,425 cash back or choose $1,175 cash back with 0% financing for up to 60 months. The 2019 Ford Fusion sedan has up to $2,920 cash back or choose $1,670 cash back and 0% for up to 60 months. And the all-new 2019 Ford EcoSport. Get up to $4,415 cash back or choose $915 cash back and 2.9% for 36 months. Vision Ford Lincoln, 1500 South White Sands in Alamogordo. VisionFordLincoln.com. Financing on approved credit. See dealer for details.
93.7. Back here at Lovington High School. I can't tell if it's just raining. Yeah, it is raining harder. The rain has started to hit the window here. It had actually been pretty clear up to this point, but it is pouring. I have more of a concern now whether the field is going to be playable because it is absolutely drenched right now. I was listening in a little bit on our friends here on Lovington Radio, and they were talking about that they were going to wait until 10 o'clock to make an official call. But I don't know when it'd be hard for me to believe that they're going to sit there and say, yeah, we can get this game restarted. So who knows? I'm crossing my fingers, but again, the rain is very, very hard right now. There's still plenty of lightning in the area. This might be a point where the rain is so hard that they might stop it. I don't know what the rules on that usually are, but like I said, I kind of question whether the field would necessarily be playable in all fairness. So we'll let you guys know what the call is going to be. Again, if this game is called, Lovington does get the win 29-22. So they would improve to 4-1. The Tigers would drop to 1-2 on the season. I think the Tigers should be very proud of how they played tonight. They've done a fine job this evening. All right, let's see if we can find you some more scores from around the state of New Mexico. We'll check in on NMOT Sports and see what kind of updates there. Eunice is going to beat Dexter. They're up 40-14. Estancia beat Jal 36-8. Santa Teresa beat Valencia 27-0. Mentioned Rio Rancho over La Cueva 24-21. Aztec beat Bayfield, Colorado 16-14. Espanola Valley beat Navajo Prep 62-36. Raton beats Escalante 36-12. I think I'd already mentioned that final score. Cleveland beats Artesia 47-33. That is a final score now that Cleveland gets the win there at the Bulldog Bowl. But again, Artesia gives Cleveland a good game, and kudos to both teams for playing that game. Cleveland has no problem going down and playing Artesia, and then Artesia is going to schedule, Cleveland year in and year out, at least the last few seasons, has been right up there as one of the best football teams across the state of New Mexico. So no surprise that Artesia would schedule those kind of games. So let's see, any other good updates for you? Los Lunas beat Cibola 42-12. El Paso Coronado beat Clovis 27-16. That game was canceled due to lightning, and so Coronado does get the win, I should say. Centennial shut out Oñate 51-0. That game was played at Aggie Memorial. And I think that's it for score updates that I got for you. Let's look across here and see if on Twitter we've got anything interesting. Los Alamos beat Gallup 21-20. Elida beat Floyd 52-0. I assume that's 6-man, maybe 8-man football. Pewaukee over Thoreau 32-8. Mentioned Portales over St. Pius 40-7. I'm really surprised that Socorro Robertson scored 46-28. Socorro beat Robertson. Wow, pretty impressive for Socorro there. They're a very good team, but just Robertson playing very well this season in that classification. Hot Spring, Nimi 26. Nimi wasn't defeated this year. That was one of those teams I wasn't really sure how much we should take away from them being undefeated. And Hot Springs getting the win there makes me believe that it's going to be Dexter and Tularosa that are going to be battling out in that district. Let's see. Farwell, Texas beat Texaco 29-28. Capital over Moriarty 41-0. Bernalillo beat Santa Fe High 26-6. And El Dorado over Albuquerque High 35-0 is the final score there. So again, we haven't seen an official call. I don't know who would somebody would put that over the PA or hopefully. Actually, I do know who would let me know on that for sure. I'll just have to text down to David Maldonado, and I guarantee you he'll let me know. He's unfortunately had to be he gets to be the weather guy a lot, where he has to make the call on whether there has to be a lightning delay or not. So we'll get in contact with him, and we'll know for sure. So I was sitting here thinking, how am I going to get this breaking information to you guys? But again, the one little bit of info that I heard is that they were going to wait until 10 o'clock to officially decide to call it. So it doesn't look like they have officially made that decision yet. I guarantee you Coach Cisco is going to try to wait this one as long as he possibly can. So I'm just hoping that I'm not going to get flooded out here in the press box. No, there's no dripping water or anything, but it is raining exceptionally hard here in Lovington. So we are not feeling very optimistic that we're going to get this game going, which is a shame. What a great game. I would have loved to have been able to see this one all the way to the finish and see who would have gotten the win. So that's I think maybe the most unfortunate thing about all this is that we're not going to get to see the end of a really good football game between these two sides. But I'll tell you what, man, the weather has just not been the friend to Alamogordo Tiger sports this year. We just had a lot of delays, and this will be the first one that you could technically say it cost somebody a game, in all fairness. Maybe that first Alamogordo girls soccer game against Hobbs, who happens down the stretch in that one. But, yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. And, we'll hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week again. We heard that during halftime song so of Lady Tiger Cross Country. So we'll play that one again for you guys, and we'll cut in as soon as we know what's going on. I'm going to stay on the air with you guys until there is an official call made. And David Maldonado, the Alamogordo Tigers head athletic trainer, is going to let me know when they've made the call. So I will know as soon as he knows. Okay? Again, it's 29-22. We're at 2:33 in the third quarter, a lightning delay that started around 9:15. So we've been holding for about an hour now. And I believe they can wait 90 minutes is the call. There's also some rules based on when the team gets back. I think bus drivers, and this is a pretty good trip. So there's a lot to all of that. Okay, we're coming right back after this.
Tularosa Basin Telephone Company is famous for keeping you connected. They promise to deliver fast speed, provide a reliable network, and do it all with a smile. Their customer service team is on top of every call with the answers you need. In fact, they believe their customers are the most important part of their business. Give Tularosa Basin Telephone Company a call at 585-2700 for the internet experience you've been waiting for.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Look at all those bright colors.
Yep, good old Tularosa Basin sunsets.
No, Mike, I just came from the Chevy house, and I have a 2020 in my sights.
While everyone else still has 2019 vision, we have the new 2020 models in stock right now.
With supplier pricing in full effect for the 2019 models,
which gotta go.
You can also get a great deal on a brand new, just in inventory, newly released, never ever seen before, new to the area.
Hey, they get it. The 2020s are exclusively here at Desert Sun Motor Chevrolet.
Plus, we have the best in market, best service, tenderly loved and regrettably traded in pre-owned vehicles within 250 miles. We will not be undersold. All offers will be accepted.
That's right. With little or no money down financing and higher than market value for your trade, how could you not come down to 2600 North White Sands Boulevard or visit us online at DessertSunMotors.com.
See dealer for details. All available 2019s are still in stock. Not all 2020s have arrived yet. Deals may be to the hottest under the sun. Purchase of one or more vehicles could increase your heart rate. Proud supporter of Taco Tuesday. Keep hands and feet inside at all times. Do not attempt this at home.
This is your ESPN Alamogordo Tiger Athlete of the Week Spotlight, brought to you by the Winter Circle and Vision Ford Lincoln. This week's athlete is Song So of Lady Tiger Cross Country. Let's talk about the cross country season. How do you feel like you've run over the first few meets?
I think I've improved a lot from last year too. I'm battling out with this one super fast girl. I've always looked up to her, so me beating her last meet felt like a huge accomplishment. But I'm really looking forward to her running her best next meet, and then we can battle it out,
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. And she's talking about Ellery Battle, who those two young ladies, both freshmen. You're going to see them in cross country a lot over the next few years. And how did you feel like you ran at the Roswell meet? Did you like the course?
Oh, I love the course. It was all flat with a little hill, which gave me a good boost to passing people, and I really liked that course. I thought I did really good because that was my first medal of the season.
She finished top 10, finished 9th at the meet. The girls finished 3rd overall. And cross country for the girls side is a little different. You've got some soccer players that are a part of the team. There's some meets they can go to. There's some meets that they can't. So it's almost like two different teams running a little bit. Does it feel that different when they're there versus not there, or are you just out there running your best?
I always feel really good when the soccer girls are there because I know by then we'll get first or second. But if not, I have my trust in Ellery and the rest of the girls because I know they can do really good when they push and they finish strong.
And it adds to the competition of the team because everybody's working hard to do
that,
right?
Definitely. They're always drenched with sweat or gagging when they get to the finish line. It's definitely a sight.
Yeah, everybody's working hard. That's what we like to hear. How'd you get into cross country?
Actually, I got into cross country in 7th grade when my friend was like, "You should try cross country." And I was like, "What is that?" It sounds really hard. And I just loved it ever since. Although I kind of hated it at some points because it's running. Come on.
Nobody really likes running, but it's fun to be the competitiveness, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
And always the bus rides home, especially to Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A.
There you go. Those are the things to look forward to, right?
Yes.
And, of course, we'll also see you out in track later in the year. Do you usually run the distance races in track?
Actually, for my 7th and 8th grade year, I did sprints. And last year, I did mid-distance. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do this year. It just all depends on what the coaches put me in. But I do field events. I do high jump, and I'm really hoping to do pole vaulting. But I'm kind of scared because I'm scared of heights. Kind of ironic.
That'll get you over it.
Hopefully.
There you go. And you're also part of cheer, JV varsity? Or?
Yes, JV, and I'm a flyer.
Okay, very good.
That goes to the whole scared of heights thing. Ironic.
Hey, you know what? You're working on it.
Yeah.
Freshman this year, so obviously a lot of time to figure out what the future brings, but obviously college is something you're shooting for?
Yes. I don't know about college yet, but I'm really hoping to move back to New York and start a college and go to college there.
Okay. Do you know what you want to do or not yet?
Right now I'm doing something in the biomedical field, so I'm hoping to do something in the medical field when I grow up, like a surgeon or a pediatrician.
Next weekend at Oñate, which is always a tough meet. Got some good teams that run over there.
Yeah, definitely.
And looking to try and get yourself another top 10, right?
Oh, yes, definitely another medal.
Congratulations on being Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much.
ESPN Alamogordo 103.7. We are still in a weather delay. I think we're starting to see the storm move out of the area. And I tell you what, the field is draining nicely. I spoke too soon on that. It looks pretty good out there. I'm sure it's going to be wet, but haven't gotten an official word yet on whether they've called the game or not. Still a fair amount of lightning in the area, and again, they only have the amount of time that they can wait in this situation. So. We'll see. The Tigers, I know, very badly would like to finish this game. I'm sure Lovington's probably so-so, just because I'm sure they would like to finish the game and like to help Alamogordo out in that standpoint. But they get the win regardless. Well, they get the win if they call it now. So I'm sure that I don't know if they would necessarily be lobbying. The coaches are. Usually there's a pretty good fraternity there that they're not going to try to. I'm sure it depends on the relationship between the coaches, but I'm sure that's a big part of it. So and again, it's up to the officials at the end of the day, and there's the safety of making sure the kids get back into town in time, and that the bus driver is not going to be too tired. But yeah, there's still a lot of lightning in the area, but we'll see. Again, the rule that I had heard previously is that the longest they can wait is 90 minutes, and if the weather hasn't cleared by then they have to call the game. So we'll see. Again, no official word yet. As soon as we know something, we'll let you guys know. Again, it's 29-22 Lovington, 2:33 to go in the third quarter. Just looking at the YouTube stream, I know there's a fair amount of you that have stuck with me. I've been trying to do my best to fill this airtime as best that I can. Again, the other area final score also did beat Tularosa tonight, 33-18. Wildcats have their homecoming coming up next week, so we'll see what they can do against Hagerman. So we'll be sure to keep an eye on that and see if the Wildcats can bounce back next week. I think against Hagerman. Hagerman's a pretty good football team this year, though. So, but Ruidoso gets the win. I haven't seen a Cloudcroft score yet. They were out at Hagerman tonight in a 2A matchup. So as soon as we hear something there, we'll let you know. Let's see. was trying to look for scores. Other people are asking whether the game has been called yet. The game has not been called as of yet. So the rain stopped, or at least has lightened up enough to where I can't really see it in the lights anymore. So maybe, I don't know. Again, the lightning is going to be the big question mark on all of this, is how close is it? I mean, I can see it in the sky looking out the window to our east. That would be the east. So we'll see what the final decision will be. I think we might end up playing this game in front of empty stands. There might be some people that have actually stuck around either in their cars or underneath the stands here on the west side of the stadium, but there won't be very many. It was a big crowd tonight. Lovington really showed out in a homecoming game, so you'd expect that. We had a huge crowd for the Alamogordo homecoming just a couple of weeks ago. So what you'd expect for homecoming in terms of a crowd. So again, we still have not gotten an official call on this game yet. We're still waiting on word. I've got I got a man on the inside down there, David Maldonado, the Tigers head athletic trainer. Guarantee as soon as the Tiger team knows, he will know, and he'll let us know, and so we can send it out to you guys so you can go to bed, I assume. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you guys got going on this evening, but we're at this point, let's play some more football. We've been here long enough. We'll get another hour and a half of football. So I see a couple of the Alamogordo coaches coming back up towards the press box. I see a couple of Alamogordo coaches walking towards the sideline. So we'll wait and see. I'm sure I see Coach Winrow, and he's walking up or running up the stairs right now. So I'm sure we'll find out, but that's probably not I don't know if that's necessarily the best sign. Good, bad, indifferent. Hard to say, but man, there's still a lot of lightning. Just looking out our window here. So again, hold on one second. Let me. Hey, Coach. All right, so the game is officially called. Just got it from Coach Winrow there. This game is over. 29-22. Lovington gets the win. Boy, I feel bad for this Tiger football team. That's a tough one. So this one is called 29-22, and I think we've done just enough post-game for us, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the broadcast. Tigers played hard tonight, played well, and I think they would have had a real good chance of winning this football game if we had got to finish it off. So, boy, it's just been a ridiculously tough weather year for Tiger football. A win that should have been against Valencia, and then tonight it's going to be a defeat to Lovington. So 29-26 is your final score. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. If you've been with us all night, all the way through the weather delay, bless you. Appreciate you staying with me. I felt like there were some people here with me. So that's going to do it from tonight here at Lovington. Thanks again to all of our Tiger Sports sponsors: Desert Sun Auto Group, First National Bank, Otero Federal Credit Union, Tularosa Basin Telephone Company, Vision Ford Lincoln, and the Winner's Circle. So again, your final score, a weather-called game, 29-22. Lovington gets the win. And so long from Lovington High School. Have a good night.